Yo, Born. Show them how we do this, man. BTV. We bully the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. BTV TV. One more time for y'all in the back.
Hold on.
Yo, born.
Salute to everybody coming to the live chat.
BTV. We bully the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. BTV TV. One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow ninjas. Right. Yo. John Gotti flow, rap Pablo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching like yo, I gotta post. I wake up everyday mission. It's $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rot stink like hollow toast. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have. Got that and then some, and then some. My wins on overload, say y'all overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope. The okie doke, we don't go for that. All she wrote, another tale from the street. Death and horror flow. The projects like the ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street. Homicide the folks who want to play to them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street. Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie, curtain closed. Nowadays, your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder, won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he's tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stick. We can't miss. We can hit the talking with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless.
Playing with us.
Another tale from the streets, death and harm flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folk who want to play to them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street like an opera show. These kids be acting to they like movie, curtain closed. Yeah, BTV. The movement, man. Yo, Born.
Salute, Delaware, the
Born,
building.
Let's get him. Kaz, we up in here, man.
Yo, peace to the 5% nation of gods and earth. Salam alaikum, hamdulillah, rahman ta'ala, to all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the King of New Jersey. This is BTB TV. We bully the bullies. You already know what it is. We chilling with Cross, aka the Plug. Subscribe to his channel. Yo.
Salute to everybody. Can you hear me, King?
I can hear you well. Peace.
All right,
Queen.
great.
Mrs. BTV TV. Peace, Queen. Check this out. I'm gonna talk about now was like a lot of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? I want to know, do you think Jay Prince was talking about his son on the low about you can't hide behind me?
You know what? When I heard that, I didn't understand what that meant. But then also, I saw somebody last night, you might have looked into it, blew my mind, I didn't even know. They said back in 87, right? I think it was 87 that Rap-A-Lot was involved with a dice game, which the feds was a part of it. And they said, it's weird that this is what they were saying. They said, your boy Prince been fucking with the feds since 87. If anybody noticed, they always take them to the dice games. And I didn't even think about this. Dude said in the dice games, while you doing all that money, you trying to make all that money, all that could be, what do you say, trackable ink money, where if you're gambling with the feds' money versus your real money. And that's how a lot of these people are being tracked, or some shit do went in. I know it's a conspiracy, but I never looked at it. But if you go back in 87, Jay Prince Jr. was a part of the same thing. And then what happened was it was an informant that came out and said,
Hey,
wait a
Jerome,
minute,
good morning.
that guy that they claimed shot at a dice game, no, that wasn't him. He was wrongfully done. You get a chance, if you could pull up 1987, Rap-A-Lot dice game.
Yeah.
It's gonna tell you that Jay Prince been doing this. This ain't the first time that somebody died at a dice game at a Jay Prince event.
Yeah. Hold on,
That shit blew my mind when I saw that.
Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up. 1987 Rap-A-Lot dice game. Let me pull this
I'm gonna come back out. Come in. My volume went low.
All right.
I'll come back out.
Dice game. See. Hold up. All right, I got you. I got you back here. Hold on.
All right.
All right. I think I found it. 1987 Rap-A-Lot dice game. Fair dice game. Hold up. This shit is 2 hours 51 minutes. I want to go that one. I'm gonna see if I can find a shorter one.
It said some dude was actually wrongly convicted. The guy that said they got him locked up, he said, shit, he was on his way going somewhere. He said he didn't do it. And another dude said he ended up doing it. He shot him. And they said, guess what they said? And then he said the shot was done during the dice game. They were arguing over the dice game. And he told him to continue to keep playing. And the dude didn't want to. Jay Prince Jr. got loud. And based off of that, dude came behind him and did what they call the execution style and shot him in the side of the head. The same way.
Jay Prince Jr. Takeoff.
Well, you remember Takeoff? They shot him on the side of the head, but they were saying that's how it ended up being in the 1987 one that Jay Prince himself was involved in.
Paperwork Party Network. Hold on 1 second.
I'm just saying, it just blew my mind. I never even knew that this happened before.
But it also happened with Duke the Jeweler too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Same thing. But they were saying how they get you is they say, let's go shoot dice. And they said, you got to remember, Jay Prince Jr., all of his assets has been sealed. Like far as his account, his money before then, because remember, he was on parole for whatever he had. So they said a lot of that money he's getting is obtained through the feds. Yeah, that one right there, dude right there, dude went deep.
Tonight, East Oakland, you know what I'm talking about? Georgia in this bitch. The Noli up in this bitch, man. Shout out to the Noli. Delaware, Chicago up in this bitch.
Yeah, this dude right here, I was watching him.
You know what I'm talking about? Detroit, Memphis, Great Court, South Carolina up in this bitch. Jersey up in this bitch. New York, you know what I'm talking about? New Jersey, Duval, Kentucky, BX, 202, Brooklyn, Jersey up in this bitch. South Dallas, man.
Y'all hit that like button coming in here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Las Vegas,
Most definitely, I subscribe.
Mississippi, Illinois, Naptown, you know what I'm talking about? Cincinnati, Virgin Islands, Raleigh, North Carolina, California, man. Shout out to the new member on yesterday, y'all. Y'all know how to become a member. If you want to become a member of the Paperwork Party, all you got to do is go to the homepage and hit join. Shout out to John Finai and this bitch. Man, California stepping in. South Carolina, Rough Buff, New York in this bitch, man. Shout out to James Holiday. Pennsylvania, Virginia, the UK, London, UK in this bitch, man. We all overseas with this shit, man. 813 Florida, Third War up in this bitch, man. Shout out to Third War. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Texas in this bitch, regardless. Northeast Georgia in this bitch. Fort Worth, Texas, Funky Town up in this bitch, man. Shout out to Funky Town tonight, man. The Natural State up in this
Reach from Philly, peace.
Y'all know, man. Dallas in this bitch tonight. Shit, shout out to Brandon Smith. Dallas in this bitch, man. Let me see. Winston-Salem, North Carolina in this motherfucker tonight. What up, East Oakland 510 in this bitch, man? Shout out to the gang, man. You know what I'm talking about? Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Fetty J. Jay Snitch, Fed Father. Wow, that's a good one. Capalot, yeah, Capalot Records. Wait the fuck up. Capalot Records, what the fuck? Let me see, Jay. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let's block some of these hoe ass niggas. Let me see, Jay. Let me see, Jay Hintz, Dirty Nigga. That's the name. Harlem Grim Reaper. Shout out to Robin and this bitch. The Grim Reaper. Casper. FedEx is going down. Extortion is fed, man. That nigga be
Live
extorting
salute.
like a
Thanks.
motherfucker.
Appreciate
Jay
you, bro.
Snitch. Let me see, Jay Snitch, Jay Pheasant, Fed Ties, Chucky. I like Chucky too, gang. Broke Fed. Oh wow. Shit, broke Fed. Fed Flintstone. I'm on your ass, girl. I'm on your ass, this Barney Rubber looking ass nigga. Shout out to whatever in Lamont. Autopsy pictures come back. Only members get to see them. I can't drop autopsy pictures. To it, man. Fed Rock. Shout out to Outlaw in the house, man. Let me see. Fed Sanford, Fed Times. Man, y'all, I'm gonna get y'all, man. Y'all got some good ones, but can't nobody fuck with Fed Flintstone. It's going down, gang. He got his name. Fuck that shit. We can't even get one to go up against it. We already got a FedEx. Let me go shout that out. Shout out to SZN, man. D1206 up in this bitch, man. Appreciate you stepping in tonight, man. You know what I'm talking about? On this Sunday night, man. Appreciate the super sticker, man. Appreciate you representing the paperwork party, man. Look, if you want to represent the paperwork party, if you want to support us, a super sticker, a super chat. I know you see that little dollar sign right there on the right, man. Hit that motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
All right, now watch this, gang. They tried to extort NBA YoungBoy. They tried to extort all these motherfucking rappers. Come on, gang, man. Let's get 1K up in this bitch. Let's get 1,000 likes up in this bitch, man. Y'all tripping, man. Let's get the likes up, gang. Y'all tripping. All right, but look, man. I'm about to show y'all this Fed shit, man. This nigga on some Fed shit, man. Now, look. What is a similarity? What is the odds that in 1997, Earl Perry was part of a dice game in Fifth Ward, and at the dice game, he got killed by a motherfucking Fed. Oh shit, we about to get to it. You niggas, look, stop shooting dice with these motherfuckers, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Let me tell y'all how it worked. Gang. It worked like this. You go to work, you spend your hard-earned, look, you go to work and you work hard. You get your hard-earned money. You work a construction job. You get $1,500 off your construction job. Once you get that money, you're invited to a dice game by the Feds, AKA the Princes. They invite you to this dice game, but they got Fed money. All your money came off the streets because you working hard, you working for construction, and you got all your money, right? You're like, you know what? I sell weed on the side, but at the same time, Jay Prince didn't want to shoot dice with me because let me shoot dice. Now, the thing what these Feds do, they like to put Fed money mixed in with good money. All right? Real good money. You get it? So you got hard-working money, and you chilling with these niggas at a pool table, and they throwing Fed money your way. Once you leave that dice game, they got your ass because you got nothing but Fed money in your pocket. Your movements will be tracked every time you leave, goddammit. Wherever you go, your movements will be tracked by these motherfucking Feds. Now watch this. Jay Prince, a.k.a. Fed Flintstone, this nigga been doing this shit since the 80s, y'all. Really, 80s, 90s. We got paperwork, we ain't dropped it yet. We gonna do this shit step by step, little bit by little bit, day by day. We gonna show you how these Feds extort. Remember the extort with 6ix9ine? They tried to extort 6ix9ine. They tried to extort NBA YoungBoy. They tried to extort all these motherfucking rappers. You see what I'm saying? Trying to put a stain on Houston, Texas. All right? But we finna show y'all how these motherfucking Feds are moving through the motherfucking streets. Now watch this, gang. Let's look at your boy, Fed Flintstone. Now, let's go to my page real quick, because I actually dropped this shit on my page today. Look, if you are not fucking If you're not with the paperwork party, you gotta get with the fucking paperwork party. All we do is bring paperwork. You ain't gotta believe shit I say, man. Just fact check the goddamn paperwork. That's it. Shit, niggas leave paper trails like a motherfucker. Shout out to the gang. Now look, watch this, gang. All right, now look, this is, hold on, let me take this picture off real quick. All right, so this is my YouTube page right here. This is my YouTube page. All right. So if you want to become a member of the paperwork party, all you got to do is go to the page and hit join. That's how you become a member of the paperwork party. Hit the join button and you become a member. Now we about to jump into it real quick. I'm gonna light this blunt up. We got 4.4 thousand people in the room. All right, let's get the likes up. Now today I dropped a video about this particular situation. Let's check this video out and then let's listen to this Fed try to blame shit on another Fed. I hate when Feds get into it. Bodies start dropping, niggas start dying. Come on, Fed, you dice game ass Feds. I'm about to go down, gang, man. We about to get into it. Y'all know I need my commercials.
The new Lippmann Tornado Spin Mop. Fill it, spin it, and mop it like it's hot. Learn more at Lippmann.com.
Same plan, and I had a group Pluto and a few more other acts.
The DEA, including one of their big guys, Chad.
Match my views. Let's go. My life should match my views. My life should match my views. Lego. My life should match my views.
Get the Rap a Lot Dice Gang, because they definitely finna tell y'all this is a Rap a Lot Dice Gang. You telling me that in 2022, when Takeoff got killed, are you telling me that dice game didn't have no feds at it? Yes, you fed motherfuckers. Y'all some fed-infested ass motherfuckers.
The boogeyman salute, bro. Top of the morning.
We
Peace,
just
dog.
turned on this goddamn shit, and they letting us know that it was a fed-ass dice game. Listen to these news people. It's a fed-ass dice game in 5th Ward. The same place that Quavo and Jazz Prince was riding in with two niggas. This nigga went to the food. All right? Now you niggas finna have to pay. So my avatar is back.
Commit. Couldn't have committed, he insists.
Did you at all even know Early Perry?
No, never seen the guy, never met him a day in my life.
June 30th, 1997. The parking lot of T's Restaurant, the scene. The after-hour spot for food after a night out across Cavalcade Street at Mr. A's Club. That's where a group stopped by for a dice game, Earl Perry among them, and after a disagreement, bullets flew. Perry was shot 3 times, according to his autopsy, the fatal blow to the back.
Where were you?
Well, I was in Louisiana, en route to my sister's wedding.
Burks's alibi hasn't changed since his first arrest, shortly after the killing, although prosecutors eventually dropped the charge after their sole witness said it was a case of mistaken identity. So how did they circle back to Burks? Seems a larger, more complex tale strings that together. Burks claims a crooked DEA agent locked him up. Now others who say they were there that early morning support his claims.
Had you heard of Chad Scott and Jack Schumacher prior to your case?
Sure, I mean, their names were in the street. You know, you couldn't, especially in the hip-hop community.
In the 1990s, the hip-hop community thrived in Houston, and none moved the needle more than Rap-A-Lot Records. Burks was right in the middle of it, with his own label.
I started in 1992. One of the first groups I had was Insane Clan, and I had a group Pluto and a few more other acts.
The DEA, including one of their big guys, Chad Scott, took note of that scene, made arrests too.
These agents, they were out of control. They were just, it's heartbreaking. It's frightening, and I'm glad that they've been taken off the street.
These days, Agent Chad Scott finds himself on house arrest. A jury in New Orleans convicted him last month on 7 counts. Overall, corruption was the case prosecutors gave him. Perjury, obstruction of justice, falsifying government records. The allegations stem from Scott's work as a DEA agent north of New Orleans after he transferred out of the Houston area. And since federal investigators zeroed in on Scott, convicted felons have walked free. Prosecutors asking a judge to dismiss their charges, claiming Scott coerced witnesses into giving false testimony. As for Lamar Burks, the prosecution had 3 key witnesses. The first,
That's
who testified
crazy.
only to a grand jury, now says in a sworn statement Scott coerced him, resulting in Burks
She's
being
a blessed one.
recharged
Good
in
morning,
2000.
They pretty dangerous.
The second, one of 2 gunmen on the scene that night.
That night there, I never seen Lamar not one time.
That's right. The second witness has flipped too. Clayton Brown was also convicted in Earl Perry's shooting death.
Who pulled the trigger?
I pulled the trigger, and Durbin pulled the trigger.
Brown served 5 years. Says he saw a commotion at T's, ran over to help his friend Darabin. Actions Brown says he now regrets.
When you say you fired your gun, why did you do that?
Because this is my friend. This is a guy from the hood that I grew up with, and I felt like he was in harm's way and he was outnumbered.
Now, in sworn testimony, Brown claims he provided a false statement. Says he did so out of fear.
After I heard this guy got locked up and was charged, so I was like, now it's the perfect time for us to tell the truth now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about nobody trying to come kick our door in and kill us. You know, because they said this guy, Chad Scott, this is what he was known for doing.
Yeah, hit that like button, that subscribe and share button. Hit that like,
Lamar
subscribe, and
Burks
share
is
button.
serving a 70-year prison sentence, one behind which the Harris County District Attorney's Office stands. In a statement to Channel 2 Investigates, a spokesman for District Attorney Kim Ogg said in part, quote, "We have no reason to doubt the integrity of Burks' conviction. An evidentiary hearing is scheduled for next month, and we will make our position known to the court at that time. Meantime, there is much more to this story, and we will share it in the days and weeks leading up to that evidentiary hearing." As for Agent Chad Scott, he's set to begin a new trial in New Orleans on separate counts next month, and he'll be sentenced on last month's conviction in December. I'm Brandon Walker, KP.
All right. Yo, Cross, you heard that, right?
So you saw that. I saw that
Your
same
boy,
shit.
salute.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, bro. Check this out. The same way it happened to Takeoff is the same way it happened in 1997 is basically what they're saying.
That's what I'm trying, not 87, 97. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to tell
97,
you. That's
yeah.
what through my mind. I was like, I didn't know it was a fucking dice game back then that Jay Prince was involved with again.
Yeah. But yo, listen to this shit right here. I want you to see something. I want you to see something, bro. Yeah, I'm pulling all this shit up, bro. Because I've been up early this morning. The Queen is up early this morning. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me go. Let me go.
Yeah, because I meant to call you last night because I was watching it last night. Whoa, what the fuck? Because we were talking about how advanced them police is, man.
It's case of Takeoff situation
Yo,
that
this is fair
unfortunately
use.
happened
I
tonight
spoke
in
hip-hop.
Houston. And we already can just say it. It's not guesstimation anymore. The mob
203
ties
people in
already
here.
spoke up with
Let me
the
get some
Rap-A-Lot
likes, some
family, the
subscribes,
Prince
some
family,
shares.
also the Migos folks
Propane
and everybody,
Oakland, salute
eyewitness,
Philly in the
everybody
building.
already talk about it. So let's stop calling people 12 and just talk about the news and cover
got
the
Philly
news
in
just
the
like
building,
I've been
you know what I'm
doing
saying?
professionally. Now,
What
there's
side
a
of
lot
Philly?
going on. I've just showed you another picture already, and I just did a video with a man who's getting accused, and people in the 5th Ward already calling
Salute
him out.
neighborhood.
And I'm not saying anything.
Neighborhood
I'm just
salute.
telling you what the civilians are saying, and they showed it. Well, there's a new information regarding this picture and other situations. A key eyewitness, another one, because there's been multiple. Well, they spoke out against the situation and what really mattered. Let me give you a snippet before I play the whole thing.
Niggas had came because somebody knew them over there. I know photographers got more pictures in the room and they probably in one of them, but the photographer's probably not gonna drop them pictures because of everything going on.
Okay, I don't know if that person is the actual because this individual, first of all, I got the sauce, had dropped it, so I verified it. The audio itself is either from the person reading it, from the person who didn't want to be seen, or the actual witness themselves, but the accounts you're hearing is from the actual eyewitness. We're gonna break that down, but I gotta do it correctly. I gotta ask the I Smoke Hip Hop Nation and the visitors, please smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and once again, thank you for watching the I Smoke
Grand
Hip Hop
Rising,
Live
Queen
show.
Lady,
I
Grand
respect
Rising.
all of y'all, and I support all of y'all. Thank you very much to the ladies and gentlemen in the room. Now let's start it off. Now this is the messages that were given too. We're gonna go over the messages and everything that I got. Told you I got receipts, but I don't like calling them receipts. It's just the news covering it and updating you guys on the totality of this thing to give closures to everybody involved. Now let's hear the situation being spoken out. Salute to I Got the Sauce. Salute to the content he took from the other YouTubers. Salute to them too, and salute to the eyewitness. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, these are the accounts of actual eyewitnesses.
Work injuries are a pain. Hiring a lawyer shouldn't be. KrasnoLaw.com is your answer. The consultation is free.
Shout out to Osmo
I don't know who brought them niggas up there because it really shouldn't have been nobody from Fifth Ward there, but they was in Fifth Ward like on Quavo's story and shit before they came, and I guess like them niggas had came because somebody knew them over there.
Salute, Stone.
Photographers got more pictures in the room and they probably in one of them, but the photographer's probably not gonna drop them pictures because of everything going on. So really from the jump, they should have never had no little niggas like that there, because the way people are from Houston is like we like to joke on people, like we like to try to get under people's skin. So them niggas there was trying to get under Quavo's skin, and like Quavo already wasn't like, you know, pulling up the most money at the table and all shit like that. So he was kind of feeling some type of way. Like you could tell he just, you know, he didn't feel like the big dog at the table type shit. But it's like that shit didn't really matter. Then we got outside and like the niggas really just kept on trying to play with him.
Y'all hear what she's saying? Pay attention. Do you hear what she's saying to the whole thing? We got to do a separate video on the photographers because I see what Instagram and Twitter talking about. They're talking about allegedly these guys are getting paid to hide pictures and all that. But we're going to continue it. But she's really giving an in-depth detail of the situation. And it makes sense because if the 12 looking for information and at this event there was professional photographers taking pictures, most likely these niggas might get subpoenaed to give their information and all that. Or folks, maybe Instagram and Twitter is right, folks got paid to hide it. I don't know. I'm gonna stay far back from that. Let's continue to listen to this witness here.
Like they was really making jokes and
salute
saying, like,
gentlemen,
like, I salute, we could fight, and then they was talking about basketball and shit, but it was really just on some like petty shit, just trying to get like Quavo, you know, press type shit.
So as you guys, you're seeing the situation. Now let's get to the messages. Shout out to the brave civilians, because street niggas like to call civilians rats and snitches. No, you just don't do your thing in a professional, smart way. You got your own self in trouble. Civilians are gonna be civilians, bro. You gotta knock it off with that. And I don't even think that's snitching to begin with, even if you did look at it as snitching. It's just them, bro, being there, reacting to an evil situation they seen. You can't take that and flip it on them and make them into the bad guy. It just don't make sense, bro. We gotta grow up and look at accountability for our own actions.
In the building.
Now let's go into the situation.
320. Let's go, man. Let's get to 500 people.
I'm gonna make it bigger for y'all to see. But the witness you're seeing, they started putting everything out there. Oh, what did they put? Well, they put messages like this, man. They've been sending it, and you gotta hide information. Now, this one wasn't sent.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, yeah. Upon itself.
To me, when it's sent to me, I let you know this was sent to me. You feel me? I'm not gonna tell you how I got this, but y'all all know the YouTuber who shared this, and they verified this was a real message sent to this individual by real key people who's there. We're not gonna go deep on that because we're not 12. Now, what they said is after the response, I saw him there, but I don't know him. I know he was sitting at the table gambling, and they're talking about the other.
Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back. I had technical difficulties.
And look at accountability for our own actions. Now let's go into the situation. Now there was a message. This is it here. I'm gonna make it bigger for y'all to see. But the witness you're seeing, they started putting everything out there. Oh, what did they put? Well, they put messages like this, man. They've been sending it, and you gotta hide information. Now this one wasn't sent to me. When it's sent to me, I let you know this was sent to me.
Yeah. I hear this, right? Listen to this. Listen to what's going on. You got messages. Niggas telling. Niggas don't. Nobody like that.
Peace, Job. Peace, Mac Mizzle. Peace, Job.
Peace to the gods and
God,
earth to the
Black Missile,
universe.
salute,
You
salute,
already
yo.
know, fam.
They don't like the function that's going down, so everybody talking about it now. Right. We're gonna expose these Prince characters for the frauds they are.
You feel me? I'm not gonna tell you how I got this, but y'all all know the YouTuber who shared this, and they verified this was a real message sent to this individual by real key people who was there. We're not gonna go deep on that because we're not 12. Now, what they said is after the response, I saw him there, but I don't know him. I know he was sitting at the table gambling, and they're talking about the other gentleman from the 5th Ward that I put it up.
Salute
This
McKeith,
picture over
salute
here.
God.
People calling homie out and saying a lot of things. I guess that's the yellow shirt dude. We're gonna look at other videos later of that because everything just tied together and playing together, bro. Updates ain't gonna play around here with me. I'm gonna keep it stacked, factual, and that's it, gang. Now let's get back to it. Let's go to a bigger view. Now, this was it right here.
This
Denver,
powerful
Colorado,
$99
salute.
drone is now available
That
in
was
the
my
US.
ex-home. I lived
This
in
is
Denver,
an
Colorado
extremely
for a few
high-tech
years. I know about that
$5,000.
too. So salute to Denver,
This
Colorado.
witness seems to be confirmed correct. There was like, I think he was with people from 5th Ward, but I'm from Alif and the Southwest, so I don't know them. So this person is trying their best not to really get the mob in trouble, but at the same time, they're not really hiding things that they can somewhat see or know. So in other words, what she's saying is, he or she, I'm gonna say she because we know it's a girl, but he, for the purpose case of entertainment, they're saying that the situation got down bad, right, nasty, based on who was hanging with each other. So when they seen it afterwards, it's kind of uncomfortable that people are shielding themselves away from the situation, being that a lot of witness seen a lot of faces in there. Let me show you one particular one before we just get mad at this key witness. Y'all all forgot Say Cheese got messages too. One of the messages he got was one of the main witness who's probably a goon, probably a real nigga in the streets, who kind of broke the case when he sent this right here. Because majority of the
let me see something real quick. Let me say something to this person real quick. Yo, Cap was what somebody asked if I ever sleep, man. Sleep is the cousin of death, but the God do rest. That's all y'all need to know. Let's go.
Nah, you don't sleep. Don't believe that. You don't believe that he got too much
things
work.
he wrote
He
here
called me
was
more.
factual. The
Take
only thing we were
naps.
uncomfortable
Take
with
naps.
witness, who is he representing? Is he with Quavo and them team, or was he with mob ties in them? And that was the only thing I had issue with this. But everything else seemed to be substantiated. Like, we know Quavo couldn't have been the one. I mean, his people couldn't have been the one who actually killed Takeoff. Now, the second shot, I don't know who did it, but the first shot clearly came from somebody not in the Quavo and them crew. That's almost substantiated. Now, this witness also put this out there. The key points where you can see Quavo and a lot of the guys out there chilling, even one of the homies who was mediating the fight, and you don't see no drama there. You don't see anything. And now people talking about no fly zones and all that. Before we get it
Capital
that deep or anything, we need clarifications. That's why I hope anybody do in this situation. Get some clarifications so folks don't move their mind. So let's summarize everything. What we know so far is this individual is here is getting called out by social media, folks putting him as a potential person of interest as well, besides Quavo and them homie. And what we also seen is the eyewitness showing the screenshots of messages, giving her accounts. We already know 12 picked this up because it's all over Instagram,
hold on one second.
Twitter,
Check
Facebook,
this out.
and YouTube. Not my platform.
I need to get up over 100 likes before we finish this, so we go on,
Yeah,
man.
for real. Salute, Miss BTB.
Let's give 100 likes. 520, 571 in this motherfucker.
Can we at least get 100 likes for the queen? If we don't get it for the king, can Queen said, can we get at least 100 more likes? Can we at least do it for the queen? Do it for the queen.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yo, Wax Dog in the building. Salute. My boy
Salute,
Wax Dog. Wax Dog. Southside Jamaican Queens finest.
Salute.
Wagwan.
Yo, that's how many likes we got so far? Yeah, check the likes out for me before you go back up in here. Check them likes out.
Yeah, we need to get them likes up, yo. Like, come on, man. It don't do nothing but hit the button. Hit the button, man. The more likes y'all get, the more we get into this algorithm, man.
877 watches. How many likes we getting, man? Let's get the likes up. Get them likes up, get them subscribes up, get them shares up. Nigga, I need 20,000 by my born day, January 24th.
We gonna kick that.
Let's go.
We're just covering the news the right way, the correct way. Now let's keep going. We've seen the messages that were shared by this individual of who they saw there, and we've seen the final messages that can almost damn near confirm that individual was from Fifth Ward. Look, man, I'm gonna keep breaking this news the right way, man. This is your host, DJ Bless One, and I give love to everybody. Thank you for rocking with the channel, the platform.
All right, y'all. We got a couple more videos, but I want y'all to digest what the young lady was saying, right?
Right.
What that young lady was saying, she was saying that they kept antagonizing. They kept antagonizing Quavo. Even Quavo was trying to walk away and not argue no more. They kept antagonizing him, and trying to bully him. Like, hold up, guys! I want y'all to hear something else. So too, check this out. This gonna put the nail in the coffin for J. Prince Jr. It's gonna put the nail in the coffin for J. Prince Jr. Hold on, right a second. Here we go, right here, y'all. We about to go. This is Fair Use. This is my boy Getty Radio Show. Salute Getty. This gonna put the nail.
Witnesses account who was there when Takeoff was killed, and Wack 100 says the feds got the footage and a case is coming real soon. What up, YouTube? This is Getty Radio back at you with another video. I want to give a big salute to all of my supporters and anyone watching this video right now. And if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, and join the Getty Gang. Why don't you? Let's get to the content.
Facts, Jamie.
Okay, not only does this case have a bunch of layers around the death of Takeoff, it also has legs, man. And it has been confirmed that J. Prince Jr. and Quavo were actually in a verbal altercation right before the shooter, Lil Cam, allegedly shot Takeoff in the back of the head. And also, Wack 100 says that he used Takeoff as a human shield because Quavo's and Takeoff's team started firing back at him, and Wack 100 is saying the feds have the actual footage from the bowling alley cameras and said real soon they're gonna have all of those guys lined up. It gets interesting. I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Shout out to Wack 100. Shout out to 100 ENT. This is Getty Radio. Let's go.
Y'all hit that subscribe button too. Hit that subscribe button, man. Let's go.
I don't know. This is looking kind of wild for the Prince family. This is now it comes out that Quavo was directly arguing with J. Prince Jr. and the dude with the yellow hoodie was J. Prince Jr. personal guy, and they fingering him for popping motherfucking Takeoff and running.
Because Wack the feds, black boy, Wack the feds. You know that.
Especially
he got the feds on speed dial, bro.
Remember I told you day one? I said, Danny, that walk, that don't look right.
Exactly.
Now, is he 16 or 22?
They say he's 16.
Yellow hoodie.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Either way, he's young. Shit. I have no idea.
Not only the walk, the look too. Like he didn't even want to look too.
Nah, remember I said that when y'all look. Remember I was defending him in the morning show. When they sent me that video, I said, yeah, nah, something ain't right. That's not what you do. Somebody there, your guest, he there with you, something just happened. You not walking by them like that, disregard them. Ain't gonna happen. Nah, it makes sense. They said they was the ones arguing.
So was he arguing with him like
directly with Quavo? They was arguing.
Salute Black Widow, I see you.
You
Black
think he was
Widow,
arguing, trying to say like, yo, we ain't taking the disrespect. That was that. Yo,
whenever they was arguing about, somebody swung, and they said, well, they already identified that dude in the yellow hoodie is J. Prince Jr. direct guy. That's his goon. So when the argument happened, they say dude positioned on the other side of Takeoff, and when the swinging happened, they say dude popped Takeoff immediately, and then held him up. That's how he took the other bullets. When he popped Takeoff, somebody tried to pop him, but he kind of used Takeoff as a shield.
Yeah, but was it a swing whack or was it a close range headshot, bro?
No, what do you mean? A swing happened before the
gunshot. Takeoff was hit with a bullet. He got hit a couple
Cuba
times.
de la Bronx, salute my brother.
Hey,
Salute.
boy, remember I was telling them that?
After
Yeah.
he took the headshot, and dude held him
Explaining the
up.
punch to the young
That's why
boy.
they were trying to say that
Yeah.
one of his own
Yeah.
people killed him.
Yeah, they
because
was
dude
flipping
popped
it.
and then
That was a
held him
diversion.
up.
The nigga
Held
set him
him
up,
up.
bro.
Because
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Quavo's
was saying that
people
from the
started
beginning.
shooting back, and he held him up as a shield.
Yeah.
Then he tried to snatch his chain when he went down before he walked off.
And that nigga Academics, he didn't want to woke this up. Remember, he got to identify where motherfuckers was at. And then he showed the same nigga running out the door. That's what did it. He froze it because he like, is this Jaws Prince? And they wouldn't identify the pants and the shoes. Like, no, this is the dude on the other side of Takeoff. Then he identified, then he seen the gun. And then now the witnesses is coming out. I told y'all, bro, 7 days, they gonna have niggas lined up on the wall, cuffed up. Too many people was there.
Why would Jay Prince make a statement about a nobody? I think he was making a
Come on
statement
again.
probably about
Salute
his
for the
son.
super sticker,
Bro,
man.
no,
Appreciate
we
you.
already established that this nigga, in so many words, told that he knew who it was.
Right, right.
You can't hide behind me, this, and that. But I don't think he was talking to his son. I think he was talking to the motherfucker that actually
Yo,
did
Raven
it.
X, the
I
Dark
think
Lord
his son
of
didn't
Black. You
double
white.
back
Across, you don't
to
know
his
everything,
daddy
right?
and threw the other nigga under the bus.
New
Like,
Jersey all
he
day, every
jumped
day,
the
baby.
gun
Salute.
type of shit.
Oh,
Which,
so his okay, I got it.
yeah, his son
Okay,
play
yeah,
old
yeah.
fuck ass game like that.
Oh,
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, but on the flip of that, a nigga ain't jumping no gun. That nigga moving the way you told him to move. Nick, we all have discussions with our people close to us before we even get in the spot. It's like, hey, listen, man, gonna be a lot of niggas here, so y'all niggas kind of go off me. Let me try to figure shit out. Unless it's just a direct threat. If you see something, don't do. Like, I had them conversations because these niggas, they gonna go in. They already turned up. They automatically turned up. You got to turn them down, or they gonna walk in turned up. Quavo ain't had no weapon. Ain't another one of them niggas had no weapons or none of that.
Hey man, what Wack 100 is getting at right now makes a lot of sense because I'm pretty sure that Jay Prince Sr. is pissed off at everything that's going on around the death of Takeoff. And he probably confronted his son, Jay Prince Jr., and asked him what happened. And in a panic, in order to keep his father's smoke off of him, he probably threw little Cam under the bus and act like he ain't had nothing to do with it. Me and Quavo was just arguing. It was all innocent, Dad. I did not tell little Cam to shoot him. He did that on his own recognizance. That makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure Jay Prince Jr. don't have the cojones to look his father in the eye and say, yeah, I told that man to shoot and kill Takeoff. And that's why Jay Prince Jr. probably said what he said in his message. Yo, you can't hide behind me, because his son said, hey man, I didn't tell him to shoot that man. He did that on his own, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Let's get back to it.
You know, I said day one, when I got that video clip of him walking by Quavo and them with no regard, I was like, something up with that. Ain't no way this nigga at your party, your guest, and this is happening, and you walking by him, and he told the girl, don't ask me no motherfucking questions. I don't give a fuck about something. Something was up. But now it's coming out. Yeah, no, bro, it's bro, shit finna roll down here. You got to remember, all this is coming out from bloggers and niggas like academics researching. We don't even know what the other people that came up with.
And we ain't seen no camera footage from the actual place.
There
I know
you
the
have
cameras
it.
are
See,
going.
that's the shit, and it's in there for sure.
And that's gonna make it be even worse. Maybe that's the reason why they move like they move.
You're right.
Because they
Everything
don't
we've been seeing
understand.
been all people with cameras.
Right.
It's definitely cameras in the bowling alley.
Oh man.
Hey, but suppose they said behave when you come to Houston. That academic said actually was the dude who shot Quavo. He posted on Instagram, behave when you come to Houston so you can make it home, and then he deleted it like seconds after.
Well, he did that when? Before or after?
Right after.
Right after.
Remember,
Right after
academics
the
was
shoot.
going through all
See,
the
these
things.
youngsters is bozos.
That's
So
weird.
right on they self.
And where we came from, when we did that, a nigga is, bro, we switching
Bozo
clothes.
braids.
If we had braids, we shaving all that off. We knocking everything off, getting low, we out.
you do some shit like that, behave when you come to Houston. This ain't no video game. And look, ain't no deleting. The people not understand. There is no deleting, bro. When they go into Instagram or any of these social medias and subpoena that, it is still there. It's there.
Hey, but
There's
you think
no
they can
delete.
control
I think it's
on themselves.
possible
footage
that
at
they
the
could be controlling it because someone said that that's a spot they go to regularly and
yeah,
host
'cause
events. So
they
I
put
wouldn't
it
put it
out.
past them. I
Yeah, they
can't,
put it
just
out.
say
Hold on,
yeah,
That's
but
true. They
hold
go
on.
every week.
Hold on.
King Yo, your mic a
The
little
footage.
low.
I know. My bad. I'm at work. Look, the footage at the bowling alley. I think that the hook got that, but they're not gonna release that until
No,
they.
yeah, they not releasing it until they
Yeah,
look. When they serve their arrest,
Let me
then
get
you gonna see
500 likes and 500
exactly. That's what I'm
subscribers.
saying.
It's
they ain't
1,002
showing their
people in
hand.
the
But
building.
they
Let's
got it
go.
though. Trust me, they got
Oh
it.
yeah, they got that bowling alley shit.
Yep.
They got it. They got
Hey,
it. All that
Jamie,
y'all
check
giving them
yours.
too much credit. Talking about them niggas controlling them cameras.
No, not
Yeah,
like
somebody asked me why Quavo and them haven't spoken. You know why Quavo and them haven't spoken? Because they watching the shit show go around. You know what I'm saying? They watching
Exactly.
watching all these mob ties niggas, Jay Prince and them all turn on each other. And they like, oh yeah, we don't have to do nothing. They gonna tell on themselves. We just gonna keep
Yeah,
our
they
mouth
ain't
shut and
worried
stay
about
in the
them
lane.
telling though. They ain't
Nah.
worried about them telling. Right now,
They want
Quavo
they want to set them niggas up. They want them niggas to come to Atlanta. That's what they want.
Exactly.
well, right now they dealing with a bigger shock. You understand? You're dealing with the youngest of the prominent and
Yo,
promise of their future that's
Yeah.
gone. So the
remember what
family
Fabio Ford said?
is trying to recover. You feel me?
There's a
And
reason
that's
he
an
said
emotional,
that.
mental journey itself. So that's what they dealing with. But they got their people dealing with all of the activity in Houston. And the problem is, Jay Prince should have stepped up that night or the first thing that morning and said what he said in a more sincere and a more contrite fashion, then perhaps we wouldn't be looking at him as the orchestrator. Because if your son make a move outside of the father, then you know the blood of your son is that sacrifice. Now, is he going to do that as a man? Ain't no man going to give his son up just to give his son up. So
My thing is this
we already
though,
know
John.
that collateral damage exposed him.
My thing is this, John. What cracks me up is the fact that these niggas be thinking that they mobsters, dog. They're not no mobsters, dog. There's nothing shit that they move. They don't move like mobs. They don't wear the suits like the mobsters. They don't do none of that shit like the mobsters. And then they come in here and then you got this young nigga that ain't never fought nobody, ain't took no fade from a nigga, ain't punch a nigga in the face, ain't get punched in the face. He used to beat on broads. Like, come on, man. This shit is crazy how we give these type of people this, give them power when them niggas didn't have power from the get-go and they've been portraying this shit for years.
Yo, hold on.
Hey,
Check this out. Listen, hold on. Listen.
Cross.
Yo, Ja, listen. On the Instagram post, right? Check what they said on the Instagram post, Ja. Who's that? Who? Bawana Papi Kelster. Yo, show your face so I know that you're a real person, man, and not nobody trying to spam me. Show your face. All right. I got you. There you go, bro. Salute.
Peace, God.
Salute. Peace. Yo, what I'm gonna tell you what the funny shit is, right? The little nigga right here, the little dark skinned nigga look like he about 10 years old. He was on Instagram, right?
Okay.
Talking about, man, I've been doing it. They showed this Instagram post. I've been doing this street shit, you know what I'm saying? Right after the shooting, you know what I mean? Or Takeoff. Then his sister went under it and said, why y'all niggas wait about my brother do? My brother make millions. Yeah.
See, that's amazing. See, that like we were saying before, and that's what people don't understand. That they said about when they went to Fifth Ward. When you go into spots, me personally, I don't get what the nostalgia is to go from a mansion and fly into town to, no disrespect, to ride around in the hood. I ain't engaging with nobody.
Right.
To me, that's like shitting on people. That's like going from a mansion, coming down the hill from being up at the top of the mountain, and then walk around like you know
Hold on, I'm gonna find it for y'all. Yeah.
Cross that mentality though, Cross is already in them genetically. You understand? Like you could take the monkey out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the monkey.
You
That's a
understand?
fact.
So,
That's a
so when you
fact.
have children, bro, and you remove yourself from the community that made you, that made your makeup, you can't act like that genetic imperfection isn't in your children. So Jay
Right.
Prince wasn't proactive as a father in preventing his children from thinking like that. He allowed them to witness a lot of shit and behaviors, characteristics, certain incidents in their history that allowed them to think that they can function like their father. So that's why they function like this, without experience and definitely without approval or you haven't qualified yourself, nigga. You just doing stuff based upon your own imagination. It's based upon your genetic dysfunction. It's not your reality, but you made it your reality. That's why they mobsters, but they not gangsters. It's a big
Right.
difference. Mobsters are thugs. Gangsters are members of an organized crime faction. And organized prevents you from disrupting or fucking up the business that you've created. That's the
Right.
difference. One has discipline and respect and
It
honor and integrity. The other one don't.
the difference between mobsters and gangsters. You know what I'm talking about?
See,
Yeah.
one nigga got a heart and one nigga ain't got none. That's why they got that clown courage. And they shooting people of high value
Okay.
when you
Right.
should be smart enough to know what's going to hurt the whole or hurt the family. And they use that
Oh,
young
yeah.
boy as a
Here we
hitter.
go, y'all.
Then they sacrificed him.
I found it,
Bet.
y'all. I found it. I want y'all to see that. I found it. Hold up. Found it.
Bet.
Let's just see this shit. Hold up 1 second.
Y'all hit that like button, man. Born said hit the damn like button, man. I'm looking at these
Born
comments.
salute. Wack salute, my
Salute,
nigga.
Eggy. Yo, Eggy Egg, my bro. What's up?
Yeah.
in the building.
Already like canned spaghetti.
Come on now.
Hey, let's go. This is fair use, y'all. I already got in the credits already.
But I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram.
Like,
and follow
subscribe,
us
and
on our
share.
official Instagram
King of New
page
Jersey,
at
BTBTV.
Anonymous _. All right, be able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Anonymous _. All right, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, the internet has been buzzing, social media,
Hold on, first,
all over.
1 second. 1 second. To all the ladies, this is a man's topic today. It's a man's show. We ain't bring no ladies in here at all. We gonna keep it where it's at.
Fact.
About who the alleged killer, and I'm gonna say alleged, you know, who the alleged killer of your boy Takeoff actually is. It's all type of skeptics, it's all type of fingers being pointed at this one and that one. I don't really want to say too much names or say too much period, because at the end of the day, it's very confusing. You know, and we all know, like, when it comes to Takeoff death, we all know that it's a lot of sketchiness going, it's a lot of foolishness. I always tell y'all, when it's confusing, 9 times out of 10, it's because there's a lie involved. 9 times out of 10, somebody trying to cover something up. And I feel personally that's what it is with this situation, because we've seen too much loophole. I mean, not loopholes. We've seen too many holes in the story, and we've seen too much foolishness going on before it wasn't even a week. And you got a whole bunch of stories coming out. So at the end of the day, I feel in due time, real is going to come out. The truth always does. We just got to stay on the lookout. But for now, what we're going to talk about is your boy Lil Cam. Now, allegedly, and we're going to keep going with alleged. Allegedly, he's a guy who had on the yellow sweater, who people are alleging that he was the one that held Takeoff at gunpoint for actually firing the fatal shot that actually killed Takeoff, right? Now, it came out that he did it, and then shortly after it came out that he was the one that actually did it, they're saying that he was actually killed in Houston, Texas, you know, overnight. Now, I thought when I first heard that, I'm like, all right, you know, it sounds kind of sketchy, and the reason why I said that is because it seemed like once it blew up that he was the one that did X, Y, and Z, all of a sudden, he's been shot and killed himself. You know, not only that, it's coming out that he actually wasn't deceased. People are saying he's dead, and he's over there on Twitter tweeting back and forth. So what I want, like I said, I never was the one that said he was the one that did it. But what I want to clear up is this. He actually isn't deceased. If this is the one that y'all talking about did X, Y, and Z, he's actually still alive. You know, he's tweeting. I posted the tweets
in the video so y'all can check it out yourselves. But he's tweeting back and forth. People are saying, yo, why are they saying that you're dead? And somebody even went as far as saying that he got an obituary up. And if that's in fact true, that's crazy, because that just shows people are going to the greatest of lengths to prove a lie. You know, however, if you're one of the ones that's saying that Lil Kim was in fact the shooter and he was killed, I'm just coming to debunk that rumor right now. And his Twitter is actually Little Kim
Tony
Fifth
M. Salute
Ward or something like that. Let me see. His Twitter is, for y'all to go check out yourself, his Twitter is at Lil Cam 5th. So at Lil Cam, the number 5 TH. So y'all go check them out for yourself. Now, before we get out of here, make sure you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.
All right, yo. So this little nigga's on Twitter, on Instagram, just running his mouth. Him and his sister, the whole family, they man. I'm like, yo, you putting a spotlight on your brother, but nobody don't even know him like that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he get millions. How you getting millions? How you getting millions? You robbing niggas. That's how you getting millions. He robbing
But listen
rich
to this
niggas.
though. But listen to this, Vaughn. Based off of when they said, and we looked at it, 97 evidence. Do you think all this is a smoke and mirror from some? I mean, we all know it's bigger than that. But what I'm saying is that why would they come out and say he was dead, but then they said he in hiding? Who's hiding him? Why is he in hiding? And why would they come out and say he was dead when in fact he's not?
Man, he dead. That's why that when you see the timeline of those posts on Instagram, they end an hour before. They ain't got nothing an hour after. An hour.
Born.
An hour before he got killed. So when they say that, you know who in hiding? J. Prince Jr. That's who in hiding.
Yo, what you want to say? What you want to say, Eggy Egg?
Now I wanted to ask you that the youngin you just showed, that was the one they were saying that was on Twitter.
Your Instagram.
On Instagram. Oh,
yeah. He's the one that was his sister. Yeah, he was on Instagram. He was on Instagram. He said, son, like, yo, I've been doing this. I've been a G. I've been a gangster, whatever. He said, there's nothing new. And somebody commented, his sister was like, why y'all niggas waving my brother? He make millions. He make millions doing what? Little dirty nigga. He like a bum. What watch he got on?
That's a cocky motherfucker, man. If it's, I don't know. I ain't never see that before. Somebody stand up on murder like that, like they really did it. Is he trolling? Did he do it?
That's retarded.
That's a good question. No, that's a good question, because a lot of times these kids in our world, we be like, you crazy as hell. Then they be like, shit, I'm just talking. I ain't really doing it. I'm like, how the fuck y'all can just claim some shit? Rappers do this shit on claiming they didn't done the body and the drive. And it's like, bro, why is y'all doing that shit?
Yeah, everybody know who did it. So if I didn't do it or y'all accuse me, I'll be trolling y'all motherfuckers too. Word up. I don't know. Everybody's saying Youngin did it though, so that's crazy. If he did it, that motherfucker off the hook. His whole family gonna have issues.
George, go ahead. JG, go ahead. Speak, George.
I'm gonna say this. Probably most of us on this panel right now is probably over 45. We come from the streets. Some of us have been in the state and federal penitentiaries, so we know how this shit go. Like let's step back for a minute. Let's go back to the non-social media era and let's look at the way the streets work. You have a crime boss, right, that runs Rap a Lot Records that the Fed's been on since 1988. You have.
I gotta clean that up. Allegedly, everybody up there ain't in the streets or haven't been in the streets or prison.
No, I got you. You can say allegedly. I'm not. I'm saying what I'm saying. You have a crime boss from the streets, right? A nigga that has a history of leaning on people. Listen, he's who he is. He's who he is, right? There's nothing. He's a multi-millionaire. There's nothing that goes on in the streets. Those of us that come from places like Philly, Jersey, New York, ain't no 16-year-old going to do nothing that's going to jeopardize Prince, that name, like that, willy-nilly like that. It was already a homicide that already had their names in the spotlight with that guy from Chicago. So everything comes down. I'm 47 years old, man. I was part of organizations. We all of us, we all went to, when they come get everybody. We all went to jail. I understand how this shit go. I'm not doing nothing without permission, and if I do, it affects the big homie. This thing is, and this is the thing. They got a name, mob ties, right? There's murders now connected to that name, and also now that's a RICO. There's conspiracy, there's robbery. But what I'm saying is, he already had the big dog that under that name Prince already had the feds on him. What I need you guys to understand in the chat room, I'm telling y'all from the big homie, there is nothing going down unless he knows. Ain't no 16-year-old kid or whatever he be, 22, whatever he is, going to shoot amigos. Not no regular nigga on the south side of the
No,
gas
I
station.
hear what you're saying, but that's not true, man. I find it hard to
Tell me
believe
when it's
Jay
not true.
Prince run a whole Houston and
No, hold on,
Dallas.
wait, stop. Wait, no,
Nah.
stop, because you cut it. This is
Hey,
what I want to do if you want to
George,
do that.
hey, G,
Show
we've
me.
been saying that
Show
from day
me.
one. We've been saying that from day one. We
No,
know
this is what I want to say for the brother that said that's not true. Right, but this is what I want to say for the brother that said that's not true, because we got 1,500 young people listening, and this is where we get reckless as big homies. We got to tell the truth and shame the devil, because a lot
No,
of
I
there's two
respect what
things
you
going
say.
on, man. For
I
these young
just don't
people
agree with all of them. Because these
no,
youngins be
I'm not
on
gonna let
go.
you act.
And when I was young, an
No,
older nigga
listen.
couldn't tell me shit. A nigga like Jay
You're
Prince,
not
who
listening to
I'm
what I'm
probably
saying.
bigger than this nigga, nah, that ain't gonna happen. I
You
respect you,
ain't
but I'm
listening to
still
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
me.
Now again, let me finish my point. That's not what
Right,
I'm
that's an
saying. You're missing
example
my
of what
whole
G
point.
was saying.
My point of what I'm saying is, this ain't you or just some regular nigga. This is a nigga that's a multi-millionaire with a whole company and organization at stake. Ain't nobody before the Migos even get there. Rules are mandated, things are laid down. You are not being part of nothing like that and then moving that way. It don't go down that way. Now, if you just little Hakeem on the south side, somewhere doing some shit, yeah. But when you have these organizations that's connected to millions of dollars, it don't work that way. It don't work that way, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, y'all can think that, but like I said, I know the world we come from in the social media era. I know how to separate the two.
Yo, Eggy, what G
Facts. It's two
saying? What
different
G
things,
saying is
yo.
that there's a cultural aspect to what happened, and at the end of the day, someone that we've been knowing. I've been knowing Jay Prince since '92. So
I've been knowing him since
when I went to Houston,
2003, 2004.
yeah, when I went to Houston on 6 different occasions in touring in the industry, bro. When we went down there, he had shit on lock, but that was the '90s. Now I'm looking at the same shit happening from someone that's not qualified but trying to play that role. So when we see something like that happen, like G said, ain't nothing like that happening in his city without his acknowledgement. The only way that happened is that his junior violates. And when he do that, that's the ultimate violation, which is probably why he said in his statement, you can't hide behind me, around me, or next to me. Because the only
So you
person
saying he
with
was
that,
referring to his son?
I think
he was referring to his son and his son team.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everybody
well,
that was
if you
But
saying
that
on
was
that
that.
narrative, if you saying like if that's the narrative, that's my point. The
But
youngest
now,
don't
but
give a
Captain
fuck.
Length.
That's his own son. So
well,
the one who
hold
under
on.
him,
At
the one
some
who
point,
under him ain't gonna respect his father like that. Anyway, if his son don't respect him, if he
no,
see
watch
his
me
son
carefully
breaking
though.
his
Watch me
rules,
carefully though. Watch me carefully though. It's a reason why you don't poke the bear or step across the line on the lion. Now, when you do that, we see his presentation, what he said to us. But what me and G is trying to tell you, a man that has gained and amassed that type of wealth and success based upon certain rules of this game that they playing now, they're going to either learn or lay down or get down. That's going to be the rule. Nigga, somebody got to pay for it. So blood has already been shed. Now we have to get away from collateral. We got to create a space between us and the collateral damage that's going to come behind this. Now he's going to do that for his son, but he's not doing that for nobody else. So that's what we saying, bro.
Can I
It's
tell you
nowhere in
another
hell
thing?
he didn't know about that shit when my man dropped, when Takeoff fell. 20 minutes later, he knew everything that happened at that boat now.
He knew when they was arguing. A phone call was made to him when the argument before
No.
the shots went off. The phone call was made to the big dog. Let me tell you something,
Yep.
man. Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? Like I said, when that Duke the Juga dude got killed, you best believe he called everybody in the office already because everything that go down on his name. And I'm gonna say this to some of you young people in the chat, man.
Jay
I need
Prince
y'all
is
guys to listen.
responsible.
Yeah, I
Straight
need
up.
y'all guys to listen, man. A lot of these dudes, I watch Big U, right? I'm a veer to the left for a minute to tie it together. I watch Big U, who is a well-known OG
Hey,
rolling
cousin.
60, right? He's a well-known OG rolling 60, right? He went on a Breakfast Club, right, and talked about people checking in to his criminal organization, which is the Rolling 60s. Criminal organization. I mean, he's saying it on the Breakfast Club. Checking in dudes that come in under our banner, right? This guy is a well-known extortionist, gangbanger, big time, everything, right? Let me tell you, young guys, something. A lot of these guys is the
The
police,
real
bro.
little Timmy. Hold on y'all second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me see something real quick.
Nah, but Jay Prince is a community activist, you know?
No, hold
He's
on.
an
I want to finish my
activist
point
now.
because I fuck all that. We got to tell the truth. Fuck that. I'm a community activist. We all do the same shit, but that's bullshit. We got to start telling these young guys the truth, man, and stop leading them astray. A lot of these dudes, let me tell you young people something. Please, I'm not hating. Listen to the big homie. I done been through all this shit.
Somebody's
Yo, you
echoing.
echoing. Somebody echoing.
Somebody got to
Somebody
mute up.
echoing.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so
Yo,
somebody had to mute up.
didn't the
Now,
police
hold
give
on, bro.
him some money?
Don't cut me off. Let me finish.
All right,
Let
go
me
ahead.
finish my point. Because I'm not talking to us. I'm talking to the young people in the chat room that keep getting caught up in this shit and enamored with this street shit. A lot of these niggas is the feds, bro. The feds been on a lot of these niggas for years, from my era, my age, and they're used to lead the youth astray and keep this shit going, man. These guys, the feds been on since the 80s. Their names been ringing bells. Everybody, they know them in all the precincts. Whenever something go down like this, where these guys connected to this much money and power, that Migos guy was not some rinky-dink rapper. He was a guy that was contracted in, and a lot of people made millions of dollars off of him. You're not just going to go kill a person like that without permission. He is worth a lot of money to a lot of fucking people. So you got to follow the money, and you got to understand how this business works. Don't compare him. What I'm saying is, don't compare him to some nigga that got shot in the Chinese store. That's not the way it works.
It wasn't by permission, but it was sanctioned.
Hey, bro, I agree with you 100% on that.
AJ,
It's the same thing.
AJ, you know that as a contracted artist, right? That he's insured by the major of their distributor, meaning that money ties, quality control, money ties, Rap-A-Lot, they're all under a conglomerate called Atlantic. Yep. And Atlantic holds the contractual rights to their publishing, the contractual rights to their marketing, and the contractual rights to their death. And I keep telling people, all record labels hold that. When we initially discussed it, we said that Jay Prince is culpable because who benefits from him dying the most? And if you died at the age of 28 with a $30 million net worth, your value in that policy is in excess of $70 million. So watch how the money flows in the wake of his death from the people that already owned the rights to everything he's already done. Somebody benefits from this.
I agree with that.
Something unexplainable happens.
I agree with that too, but let me do the flip side of that, because me and my brother talked about this last night. I agree with you, right? But the thing is this: let's just say he's alive, and the endorsement deals that he got with people, and he's able to do his tours, his world, because they don't do regular tours. This is the Migos; they do world tours. He do his world tours, right? So the companies that make money off of that, his endorsements, they further in their catalog with these new albums and stuff like that. So he's worth more than Migos, not just some regular rapper, not even a person like Lil Durk. The Migos, they worth more money alive than dead, because that 70 million is one thing, but if he alive for the next 3 years, how much money does he make people? So what I'm saying is, for somebody to kill him,
George, for our people, they use that.
Oh, I agree with that.
Our emotional ignorance, and you are more valuable dead as a black man and an artist than you are alive as a black man and an artist. And that Pac is evident of that. Pac didn't have the financial success in his life that he had in his death.
But Pac is different. Look at the catalog Pac had when he died. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not disagreeing with you, but let's put it in perspective. When Prince died, Michael Jackson died, they left a catalog, like $1 billion catalogs. What I'm saying is, if some of these other rappers died, their catalogs ain't really worth that much, because when they died, nobody's even listening to their music like that. They just die and it's gone. Somebody like the Migos is somebody that sold 3 albums, that sold world-renowned records all over the place. They were building a catalog. So I look at them in the same sense as some of these big people that's died, or that's worth money to the industry. So I'm looking at the money and the worth. Tupac died, he had $1 billion catalog. So yeah, they can take care
Remember,
of
they call the Migos the Black Beatles.
Right.
Tupac had sales, but Tupac didn't have the sales of or the present day activity of sales. So
Hold. Slow down just for one second. Are y'all saying a records company could be behind this?
Yes. That's what I know.
Bro. No. Listen, let me say something real quick. What's going on right now? What happened with old boy? I think that was ego and vanity that got him killed. They was jealous of him. They wanted what he had.
Exactly.
I don't believe the record company had nothing to do with that part. But I believe the record company they pumped that money into these young boys.
They benefit
and benefit them and make them think they're bigger than what they are.
Right.
They know.
Born the record companies did it with Pac and Big, bro. I lived that intricately.
Bro,
what I'm telling you is that behind the scene, behind the curtain is the Wizard of Oz, bro, pulling strings. And when you look at Jay Prince,
yo, my G, I know the record company is wicked, yo.
It's a net. It's a tie with Jay Prince and the owner of Atlantic Records, who hold all distributing contracts and all production and promotional rights of their music. They even signed the producers to Atlantic Records before the producers of those record labels from Rap-A-Lotto and down did work with them. So when we're talking about somebody that's controlling, it's somebody that's holding the whole web, and they're all connected to the owner of Atlantic Records. And Jay Prince has the longest relationship with him.
I don't see how they orchestrated this one though, but
can I ask y'all a
break
question
it down.
before I jump off? Can I ask y'all a question before I jump off? Big John, I want to ask you this, Big John, because you from the street, you did time. Let's keep it all the way 1,000, right? Let's go back to 1992, right? When it was big money in the street, right? If the big dog over on the south side, over there in Jersey, right? And you get the big dog on the north side, there's an event going on, and all the big dogs is there, right? Couple cats from New York and everything, right? Everybody know each other because everybody's damn near in the same pot when it's time to go on. All the big guys, they know each other. Tell me if I'm wrong. They're not just going to allow willy-nilly killings like that because they're getting too much money and they got too much to lose. Am I right or wrong?
No, it's true.
Absolutely right. And that's the law. That's
but
the
this
law
the point I'm making. So this is the point I'm making. This is the point I'm trying to make to people that don't understand, because they don't come from a part of organizations and they never understood big money. What I'm saying is the Migos are big dogs, and they got big dogs connected to them, in front of them and behind them in the scenes. The Prince family are big dogs. They got too much to lose on a large scale. So when you get the big dogs together like that, and something like that happens, as long as I've been living, I smell something foul in the fucking water. Because if Big John, if it's a bit down in Philly, and Big John and his crew come down from Newark, and they part of such and such crew, we ain't touching Big John unless we ready to die, go to war. There's not or lose everything. That's not the way to go down. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. There is no willy-nilly just doing what I want to do. It don't, not when you get to that level.
So you saying
we got 2,309 people in here. Y'all hit that subscribe and like button.
Yo, George.
2,308 people
Let me ask you a
here.
question.
Y'all hit that. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Salute. It's 2,308 people in here. Y'all hit that like, share, subscribe
hit that like,
button.
man. Hit that like, man.
And subscribe. Let's get it. All right, go back on, man.
Gee, that's actual fact. But
thumbs
you
up. Thumbs
hit
up.
The key initially. Like what we have is a generational divide in the culture of our street activity, the business, the lifestyle that we function on in the street. Every community has an underground that they function with according to the basic of what we see in society. But we don't have any order in the underground anymore. Young boys is doing ignorant shit like this, and willing to pay the sacrifice because in their brain,
Gongo Roach. Hold on one second, y'all. Gongo Roach.
Back into
Hold
the
on one
game.
second, y'all. Hold on one second.
So
Gongo
dying,
Roach. Hold on one second, brother. Hold on one second. I want to say something. Gongo Roach. I'm gonna text you the link, bro. Come up here. Gongo Roach is part of the industry too, man. All right, Parcel. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The game that they're playing now is being violent without consequence. We have violence with consequence. That's why we valued our activity in the street, because there was a penalty to pay for our disorder. Now they're just dysfunctional and disorderly without the awareness or respect of consequence.
That's
So
true,
we
Ja.
got this
That's
savagery
very
happening.
true.
Hey, see, watch this. See how you just articulated that? I agree with you. You think Jay Prince and them don't know that they come from the same place we come from? They know this generation.
Right.
That's my point.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're trying to tell
Right.
them.
So now
This is
watch
the
this.
rule.
So the point I'm making is, you don't think that Jay Prince adjusted to that? He know this generation. So everything that's going on, remember, it's kind of like I got my son. I've lived through 3 different generations, and I'm watching my son and his generation come up now. But I was the generation right before that, so I know what these little niggas is doing. So when you get these OGs that still that these guys are under their banner, their name, they know who is who. That's why it already come out. But this 16, 22-year-old did it. We're saying, and then Jay Prince go out and put out a mandate and separate himself from him. He know what's going on. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
but
saying. Like,
that's
I'm
just
paying
damage
attention to
control.
what's happening. I don't trust it. I mean, before the Migos came into town,
We get the echo again.
You think Jay Prince ain't know the Migos was coming to town? You think he was just in the blind for everything? That don't, man, no, man.
Now he knew they were coming to town. He
That's
just
my
didn't
point.
know that there was wild niggas running around with his son.
Now
Doing
why would
stupid shit.
now why would you say that and think that? Just think about this, my brother. Just think about this. You Jay Prince. You know that whatever my son do is gonna come back on me the same way we going at Jay. Everybody's going at Jay Prince now. It's under his name.
Yeah, but
They
his
talk
son's a
about
cornball. You know he's
it
trying
doesn't
to
matter what his son is. What I'm saying is
dethrone his pops.
this is what I'm saying is this is what I'm trying to say. We know his son is a cornball. We know his son is wild. That's what I'm trying to say. You got a son and your son got your last name, and he's riding off of your legacy. They got this check-in thing now where rappers are getting killed in different cities from checking in. So now we already know that Duke the Jeweler dude already got killed in his town while his son was there. Now this happened. It's not going down like that without the dad. Something ain't right. It ain't just the son willy-nilly. That's the dad is being negligent then. Like, we got to keep it all the way 1,000. Something's wrong. This shit keep happening in my town. Most people's mad at Jay, not the son, because they saying, well, wait a minute. I thought it was check. How you check into my town? So now, what about when Duke the Jeweler was killed?
Man, I done seen real mafia motherfuckers lose control of the city, man. That shit is not that easy, bro. I'm telling you.
Then he need to leave. Then he need to shut up and stop trying to be the thug. Then guess what? Our era is over. Then stop talking. Take your name off that shit. Don't be affiliated with no mob ties if you can't control them. Then, other than that, nigga, it's all on you. You the big dog.
No, that's real, bro. That's real right there.
That's why everybody was mad at Big U when Nipsey Hussle died. Because they go after the big dog.
Yo, pause up, y'all. Pause up, y'all. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Salute to my boy Gongo Roach in the building. Record exec.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Gongo.
Hey, man, salute
Salute
to everyone, man. Yo, King, man. My bad for not
Yo,
keeping
you
up.
come on HD show sometimes too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. All right.
Exactly. Yo,
Hey,
King.
Born, we had a great interview. We had a great interview when we was on here. I said we had a great interview. I was on here with him when Born did the interview with you the last time. So yeah, it was a great interview.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate it. Yo, Born. I've been tied up doing this lock shit with Puffy and all this other shit. So I've been out the loop, man. I've had like 30,000, 40,000 pages of paperwork to go through and stuff. So
yeah.
But I'm about to be free because I want to get up with you with a couple of things.
No doubt, bro. Now, let me know what you think about the Takeoff situation, man, and his masters, who own his masters, all that, from what you know in your business world, your business savvy.
You're breaking up.
I said, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Let me know what you think about the Takeoff situation and then masters, all that, who own all their masters and things of that nature.
Oh no, well, I mean, Migos' original deal was with 300 Entertainment, Lior. They got signed maybe like a year before Fetty Wap did or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they were producing a lot of mixtapes over at 300, you know what I'm saying? And some of the mixtapes that they were doing were like over 11 songs. So at the end of the day, they got out their contract because some people, maybe P or one of the people from QC, I think Deborah Itney was involved too, but they made 300 count the mixtapes as albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were able to get out their 300 contract, and then they got signed to Motown, Universal, where their product is now.
That was smart too. That was smart.
Yeah. So
excuse me.
I said that was a smart move.
Yeah, and I mean 300 does that a lot. They play a lot of games where they try to get you to do mixtapes. I mean, if you look at Fetty Wap, all the music he's done, he's only done one album over there, and he got like a 6-album deal.
Cash
you know what
Money
I'm saying?
too.
So like
That's
they know how to
Cash
drag.
Money moves too. Don't get it twisted.
Who?
Cash Money does the same thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
You say Cash Money?
Yeah.
He said Cash Money does the same thing.
Why is it breaking up? But yeah, so that's what's going on with the Migos. Universal got the masters. I don't think they control any of the publishing or anything like that. I think they have their own publishing entity. These majors might collect on their publishing through co-pubs and stuff like that, and they might own a piece of the copyright, due to advance, maybe 25% or something like that. But it's not as deep as what it may seem like that,
Somebody got their echo on. Somebody got an echo on. Who got their YouTube on?
Right, Magnificent.
Yo, should I come back in and come out?
Yeah, come back in and come out.
Because it's breaking up.
Yeah, come back in and come out.
What?
Come back in and come out.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I bet.
Yeah, it was keep being a major echo somewhere.
Salute to everybody. You're born when I can, just let me know when I could go. I got a different scenario.
What's going on?
All right, yo. That's the guy that helped. That's Gango. That's the one that helped Big Pun's wife get all that money from Fat Joe, that 2.7 million.
Yeah, and they go after the artists and go through the paperwork, like he said about Will Smith was getting beat
Fat
too.
Joe was real slimy for that too, but that's another story.
You heard Jersey?
What's good?
To salute to everybody. I said when you can give me.
All right, go ahead. Go say what you're gonna say, bro.
So check this out, a whole different perspective. So because we don't have all the info and a lot of this shit don't make sense, right? So this is the only thing that can make sense to me in this scenario. Let's say you got two, because remember, he's calling him his nephew. So you got two people that are like brothers or cousins, and they always arguing. Let's say these two niggas always arguing, always going at it. And you got somebody else that don't be around these niggas. I guess he's insecurity. He's not used to people arguing with him. Get what I'm saying? Maybe these two niggas always in competition with each other, and this nigga took it a whole nother way and started busting shots.
Nah.
Yo, E-Band Films. Wack definitely police E-Band Films. E-Band. Yo, E-Band, you get the link, bro. Put the link in for you, E-Band. Come up here and speak too, bro. We rock with your channel too, man.
Yeah, we fuck with Post. We fuck with Post in our Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's E-Band. I'm about to drop the link for so he come in. Because he already said Wack work with the police too. Hey, but we all know Wack work with the police, man. Wack got too much information, man.
I told you that. I think he a fed, bro.
And then Wack said Big U's a fed, so check that out. Check that whole play out. You know what I'm saying? When Nipsey died, everybody was caca and kikiing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yo, E-Band Films. I put the link in the description, bro, at the top. All right, y'all go ahead, man. Now, what y'all was saying? What you were saying? 5/5.
I'm just saying, when you got two people, right, that always, because I got family that go at with each other, and it's nothing. They just in competition, right?
Right.
Hey, little niggas with them, shit will go left. Because the little nigga don't understand that these niggas, that's just how their relationship is.
Exactly. You're right about that. No, you're right about that.
How y'all doing today?
So that's
A
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
them are retarded.
Yo, salute, Salvatore Banano.
Salute to you, bro.
Salute. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Ask me any type of questions y'all want to ask. You know, I'm a descendant of Joe Bonanno and Bill Bonanno. Yeah,
Okay.
man. Ask me any type of questions y'all want to ask. You know, I'm a descendant of Joe Bonanno and Bill
Oh, yo,
Bonanno.
Ja, you echo, Ja. All right, there we go. Now, what we talking about? We talking about the shit that's going down with the J Prince, the Prince family, and all that, and how they keep letting people get killed on their watch. This is like the third or fourth time it happened since 1997.
Yeah. What would be the consequences of something like this happening
in the family?
Yeah.
Oh, they'd get whacked. You fuck up like that, you're gone.
From the top to the bottom, right? Or
Yep.
you just okay.
You gotta go.
So
You gotta go when you do something like this.
So you see
Hey, Sal, how old
consequences
are
to
you?
everything.
I'm 34.
Right. That's what me and G was trying to express. That culturally, you have a bridge of respect and discipline that your elders maintain and hold over you. So when stuff like that happens, you already know there's a penalty and a consequence to pay that you don't want to experience because it corrupts the bigger part, which is the family itself. So what we were trying to explain is that someone somehow missed out on doing what was right by making sure that bridge of discipline, respect, and honor and integrity went from one generation to the next. On this side
Yo,
of the street,
Gangu,
we
you
don't
still
have
got the
that.
echo, fam.
On your side of the street, you do.
Yo, mute your.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Because that's what would happen. If I would have been Jay Prince, I would have handled it the way I need to handle it.
Right, and we believe he handled it too. That's what most people are like. We're talking around it instead of talking direct to it, which is what me and Jay
That'll be the only
speaking
way.
on.
That's the only way you redeem yourself under the situation, straight up and down and all the way around like clockwork.
It's not like he didn't know prior to, though. That's my point. That's what Sal is telling us as well. There's a law that's already followed. So prior to anything happening, he already knew when they came to that city, they placed them boys in that position, bro. And we can't act as if the street is not included in the construct of the scenario, because the street is definitely included. So the laws are applicable too. So Jay Prince can't act as if he don't know what happened or that it was happening.
Well, that's just like how they brought in. You got to remember, we're missing another person. I told y'all before. We skip over how they knew exactly the last little bit of bread they could squeeze out of him was when they went to your boy Dang's shop. They went to Dang's shop. Dang is all connected too. See, we missed the look. We say he the little guy, but you can't be a little guy and control half of Chinatown and the rap industry and be a little guy.
Well, we got to look at this. When Duke got hit out there, there's still repercussions to pay for that. And Duke don't come from an ATL, bro. He comes from Shot. He from Chirac. You already know. So you know they play a different game.
But you know they was trying to remember he was coming out there for investors for jewelry, right? So as he was coming out there, Johnny Dang was not going to be part of that.
I'm gonna tell you something real, bro. We just gotta stop it. We gotta stop it, bro.
But y'all, you gotta think about this. I'm gonna tell you one other thing. I remember, right? I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if y'all remember, I know Gongo might remember it, and I know Ja might remember it. Remember when back in the day when Master P kidnapped Pimp C, tied him up and beat him, and Jay Prince didn't do nothing about it?
Yeah.
Yo,
some
that's
punk
what,
shit.
Listen.
And he was under wrap a lot too.
Listen, this is what Pimp C was telling me. Me and Pimp C talk all the time. He told me, he was like, ever since that happened, he's like, I don't fuck with Jay Prince. And he didn't even trust his homeboy no more. He didn't trust Bun B no more. Because Bun B,
I heard the relationship was shaky.
But that's what
I'm telling you.
Damn,
but that's what Wack 100 been saying though. Wack 100 said that. You gotta remember Pusha T said it too. Remember when he was beefing with Drake and then Jay Prince got into it. He ain't had nothing to say after Pusha T said what he said, and then NBA YoungBoy too. So it's a lot of instances of Jay Prince getting in the shit, and then people shutting him down after it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I think Jay Prince got a lot of power. He got power on the south side. The north side, I lived in Bama North Houston. Bama North Houston niggas did not rock with Jay Prince like that. They was on a whole nother crew. All them niggas had their own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I know that because I was around them niggas. They had their own thing going on over there. And Jay Prince, he didn't like that. He didn't like that. Them niggas in the north side didn't respect him. That's real talk. Nobody like Jay Prince, like I said, he got south side. What's up?
Hey, boy, real talk. We looking at the surface, but Prince been doing this, bro, for almost 40 years. Technically, you feel me?
Yeah, I got
the Pacer account. We look at that.
I looked at the Pacer
account.
Look at
the back. You look at the people that backing him that's outside of our community. He used a lot of external tools and weapons to fight with too. So we got to look at how he function. He don't just function face up to us, man to man, face to face, nigga to nigga.
Gonga Roach, what you think about? You remember Jay Prince back in the day?
Yeah, no, I look at paperwork all the time because I got this account called Pacer, and I could see all the federal cases. So I mean, if you ever need some paperwork or something like that, I could always send it to you about certain things. But I looked at Jay Prince yesterday. He said that his Fed case was going back to '86.
Well, his brother got locked up, right?
Nah, see, and that's what I was trying to say. That's where that whole thing from that whole dice game from the get-go, man. He been on that the whole time. Since that first dice
hey, boy, and I told you, he a couple years older than me.
Yo, shout out to the north side of Houston,
time,
man.
He was recognized as big homie.
All them real niggas.
So that was 92.
Yo, if the ballistics match from Duke the Jeweler to Takeoff, the rap a lot,
we never thought of that.
The Jay Prince family's gonna have it's kind of gonna put them in the corner because it's like, how do you not know about Duke the Jeweler then? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's deep. I ain't think about that. Yeah, you're right.
They got the video with the young boy with him with
Duke.
Jeweler.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think about that. That's a deep one, bro.
How you gonna get around that? You're gonna say like you didn't know about this body that happened the week prior, and just like you said,
Right.
I mean back in September, and then what? Jay Prince he didn't ask, like the father didn't ask, like, yo, what happened with that body with Duke the Jeweler?
Right.
Like, I'm getting a lot of kickback and feedback about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think he didn't say like, hey man, like you need to slow like oh yeah, have another dice game, do your thing. Like the door's open. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that, but I just feel like in a week or two or due time, they're probably gonna try to indict them guys too.
Even with that statement he made, you know how Gilly the Kid, you could tell he was upset that they recorded Takeoff dead body. Jay Prince was upset that they recorded his fucking son being there. You can tell even in the statement.
If you listen to that Jay Prince thing too, if you listen to it too,
IK is an intelligent one.
If you listen to what he's saying, Jay Prince, in that little letter or whatever he was saying, is at the same time he's saying what he's saying, but at the same time he's letting the government know I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's letting you know, like, I got no ties with that kid. You can't hide behind me. He's telling two messages, one to the public and one to the government.
And he telling one to his son. I believe he talked to his son when he said that.
No, but
he
I see
talking
what
to the
Rose
Fed.
saying. Rose saying it was a message to the government too. He probably tired. He probably tired.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with this, bro.
is.
I ain't got nothing to do with this.
He tied, and then it's just bad too. The only difference between this is Duke the Jeweler wasn't famous.
He was rich.
They fucked up killing Takeoff. Them niggas is triple A. Them niggas is triple A list celebrities, bro. They ain't gonna just get away with that one.
Yeah, it's an unsolved mystery, and these cops they get their dick hard trying to solve that.
Money
Shit.
is dropping the here, there, and everywhere.
Bro, they trying to get motherfuckers for 40 years ago. The Feds got all the money in the world.
This shit gonna get real sticky, Joe. Yeah. Because even when you hear the Houston police talking about it, they sound like they already work with the fucking Prince family.
They do. For 35 years.
Wouldn't you want a couple of cops on your side too?
I mean, of
Hell
course,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
That's
you're getting a
the
lot of
people
money.
on the other
But
side.
Yeah, you're
but
getting
you
that money.
but see the one
Yeah, Sugar
thing
Hill
that
could get me arrested.
everybody
I can get arrested
and
by
it
Sugar Hill anytime I go to Englewood.
Ah,
Anytime I go to
oh,
Englewood, I
look
can have Sugar Hill could jump me. Please
this the
jump me off.
last thing I'm my bad, bro.
Yeah.
This the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna give it up. The one thing everybody forgetting about, bro, that they know is there, but they acting like they don't know, is this social media, man. All them cameras. Everybody got a camera in their hand. It's cameras everywhere around the world. It wasn't like that back in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's why people could get away with way more back then. On the real, it's like it's a camera recording everything 24 hours a day. So even if you do something, you don't never know if you gonna get caught.
Well,
Unless
what
you
we
got
learned back in the 80s was how to do
baptized.
things and not get caught.
Oh,
And
that's
that's the
facts.
difference. That's the difference. See, everybody's doing things in a reckless and undisciplined manner, so you are getting
Yeah,
caught. But if we
you
did
right.
things culturally, like Sal explained, we were doing things with the intention of not being caught. So
That
every
is
man
true.
has a vice, and that vice is a weakness, and it makes you vulnerable at some moment. You just have to study your prey before you become the predator.
That's for real, bro. What I want to know is culturally, when did that change? Did the cameras change it? It's like people change to wanting to be on the camera when the cameras came.
I mean,
You ever hear the Ghetto Boys?
The social media era. Just think about the early 2000s when it was like 2001, 2002, 2003. You had to go to Black Planet. The internet and everything was cool. It was still tame. But once you got a voice,
Facts.
it was over.
Mhm.
Yep, that's for real.
Yeah,
Everybody, everybody.
You know the Ghetto Boys. The Ghetto Boys was their first major project, and Rap A Lot Records blew up. Do you know their first song that they blew up off of was called "My Mind Playing Tricks on Me"? It was a conscious song according to society at that time. They transitioned from being aware and conscious, moving a positive mindset in the Black culture, to representing sex, money, and drugs as a culture. So when the rap industry became the new hip hop culture, that's when we went astray. We lost our traditions, so we lost our cultural value.
You know what's funny about that, bro? When you hear Scarface talk about all the issues he had with his rap career with Jay Prince, it sound like they was trying to make his music transition that way, and he didn't want to hide that shit.
Yeah, I spoke to Scarface like about 6, 7 years ago. I was trying to help him with his publishing, and I let him know a few situations that we had to go to Jay Prince about the money and shit. And he ain't called me back after that.
Word up. Hey, Born, when you hit me this morning, Born, I was dealing with one of the fighters that I just sent back. He was presented this bullshit proposal, so I sent the counter contract proposal back, and he emailed it at 7:14 this morning. The people that haven't talked to him in a whole week called him back by 7:30. See, it's a reason the way people do business a certain way. And if I told him, friends without funds don't equate. In business, it ain't no friends because you need them funds. So when just like when he fell back real quick, he knew what came with them funds, and it wasn't friendly.
Yo, y'all gotta think about something else. Yo, think about this. Remember Big Mike that was down with the Ghetto Boys?
Yeah.
They had beef. I'm just a player.
Yo, Big Mike, Jay Prince shot Big Mike's house up.
His grandmother's or mother's house or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
The house he bought him.
Yeah.
Wow. Big Mike went back and burned down Rap A Lot Studios and went to jail for that shit.
I ain't know
he
that.
Burned down
shit.
the studio to catch motherfuckers coming out so he could pop them as he was running out the door.
Damn.
Big Mike's he's a New Orleans nigga.
Yeah, I was about to say he's from Louisiana. Yeah. Big Mike. But don't sleep. Jay Prince got some ties out there because I know he got some ties with some people in Shreveport that I know, and they kind of like Jay Prince Jr. type guy. They kind of like Jay Prince out there in Shreveport.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know some cats out there they got some money, and they tied in with Jay Prince, and like they gangsters. These guys.
Yeah, man. He been doing this for 35 years, bro. That's why we shouldn't act as if it's a surprise.
Yeah,
it's not, man. Since for real, bro. Jay Prince is about 6 years older than me, probably 7 years older than me.
I think I read yesterday. I read yesterday in Pacer that Jay Prince was born in 1964.
Damn, 64. He got me by 6 years.
He's born in 64.
He got me by 6 years.
He got me by 7.
And when I met him, he was the big homie then. That was 92. So he got, bro, you got to think, you've been doing this for this long. You got a real net, a real web, bro, of connections. And it's not, and everybody don't look like us. As a matter of fact, the ones he answered to and talked to don't look like us at all. And that's what he used when he needs.
I'm glad this brother said what he said.
And they gonna see that shit is a myth soon. When people start dying, that shit bad for business, man. Straight up, that clout from a nigga dying gonna last a week and gonna fuck up their business for life.
Hey man, G told us something real earlier. Jay Prince ain't just no regular nigga. Just like Takeoff wasn't just no regular nigga. And we talking about a generational activity, bro, of being able to manipulate your environment and create finance from it. He got people from the courts to the cops to the feds. And that's why he is accordingly, as they call him, Fed Flintstone. Because you want to see in the end, nobody don't get away from no shit like this. Watch.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, they say there's a rule saying something like when you usually work with the feds, 95% of the time they come back and get you.
Always.
Yeah. Maybe arrest 95% of the cooperators or something like that keep on doing. There's some type of statistic on that.
Man, as crazy as this sound, Wack 100 said that shit, man. It was funny as hell, but no, it's like, it's like once they got you like that, anything you tell them you ain't gonna do, they gonna be like, oh, you gonna do that shit.
So once you on a radar, that's it. So listen, we're in the age of social media, right? I want y'all to remember when they locked up those guys from Chicago, when they had them on camera, leaving out the projects, going to downtown Chicago, killing
FBG Duck,
getting back in the car. Listen to the young people. Listen, it's not like it was when we was growing up 30 years ago. Everything is on camera. I guarantee you, whoever shot Takeoff, when they ran out of that club and got in the car, the feds got all that already. They know who got in the car, who driver. They building cases. Listen, they got everything, but they see everything. They come get you when they want to get you. How they build cases. Say again.
You know what crazy? It's like that Aaron Hernandez situation was the first real instance of that shit happening. I don't see how niggas ain't see from then. They followed that nigga Kai from his house to all the way where he killed that nigga at back to his house.
But you know why, homie? You know why? See, like it's kind of like my son. They born in this era. They know this era. I was 18 years old in 1992, right? 17, 18 years old. I remember when you can do shit, and if it was no witnesses, a lawyer had to come. Now that they got social media, the police don't have to come beat the payment. They sit and watch social media. They watch your posts, and they got cameras on every corner. They got cameras even when you don't know they got cameras. I be watching this shit, them high tech YouTube channels, man. They got everything. So what I'm saying, infrared cameras. So whoever did that shot, when everybody ran outside, the police automatically go to that grid they got in Houston, and they check all the highways and all the cars that exited that parking lot. They know who was who already. They showed the car.
They showed the car.
Yeah,
that's
my point.
The young boy was driving the car.
They got that little cam dude, Black Suburban. The Black Suburban was there when they killed Duke the Jeweler. Oh, this shit all crazy.
But see, Big John, that's why I'm saying the urban. But let me just land up
when we were back in the street, G, did we take a lot of pictures?
No, hell no.
Hell no.
Why we didn't take pictures back then?
I'm mad I don't. I'm like, damn, all that shit I used to have.
But if you was really in the street, you knew that pictures was evidence that they could use against you.
Yeah.
I give y'all one better. What about when you was down homicide or the detectives came to pick you up and they say, hey, we got camera evidence. You damn near fell out in your chair. You were scared to death of hey, we have camera evidence of you. You be like, what?
But we should challenge that though. We should challenge that because they should say that shit. They should say we got pictures. Or we got they didn't even use that. They said we got video evidence.
Right.
Or we got pictures. And I should be like, where that shit at? Show it to me.
But this is what I was trying to say, and a lot of young people in the chat didn't get what I was trying to say, and that's why sometimes y'all gotta listen to the big homies. We was there before y'all was born. Listen to me. It's in this era, in this age now, if you a so-called big dog from back in the day and you still holding rank, in my opinion, a lot of them dudes are the feds, bro. You ain't able to hold the power you got in the social media age where the rules, there's no more rules. Anything go. You ain't no big dog like you was in 89 and 2022. No, bro. No.
And the only niggas you is a big dog to is the ones you directly giving cash to.
Hey G, you only find old lions in the zoo.
That's it, bro. That's it. Or the old lions get out of the way. So that's why I was trying to say, listen, if he's sincere, Jay Prince, then he should have separated his name from Mob Ties and everybody else and just been dead. I'm not going to be affiliated with nothing these young kids is doing. Because guess what? If you don't do it and they still carrying the Prince name, then guess what? You knew everything that happened. You down with everything that happened. Because if you the big dog, nothing coming through your town without you knowing. That's just the way it goes, bro.
And that is interesting. Hey, Jay Prince ass damn near 60. It's like, bro, we know you put Drake on and all this shit.
Yeah,
you ain't got to
damn
be
right
out
it's
here
about
screaming
respect.
Mob Ties for us to know that shit. It's like, what is wrong with dude?
Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Without him being this way, he would not have what he has. So it's cultural. It's ingrained. That's why his sons got it genetically. And they're not moving the way he had to move because they're moving in the age of technology when he moved in the age of primitive environment versus
that's why you gotta separate
from him, big dog. Back then that he got away with when he made his name without having to deal with the consequences that they got to deal with now.
But that's why he gotta that's what I'm trying to say, bro. He gotta separate. See, the thing is, he gotta separate everything from them because like it's for me with my oldest son. I'm not a part of this world. The way we got but someone said it's the way we got down. My sons and them, they in a whole different world. I don't understand this shit. So for me, you online trying to play these guys online trying to play detective internet detectives by still claiming gang. All this shit to me is weird, man.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. That's facts.
Yeah, these dudes be holding up red and blue flags and circling criminals online. Like, where the fuck you do that? Where I come from, nigga, you turn up missing. Now, if you a civilian doing it, that's different. But if you on here claiming gang, claiming sex, how the fuck you doing Detective Chitwood's job?
When you live in the virtual world, it ain't real.
That's my
this is the real little Timmy, yo. This is real little Timmy, man.
You know what's crazy? Wack was saying in this day and time, the gangster rappers should do exactly what you just said and stay their ass out the motherfucking streets. I'm like, that's crazy though, but that do make sense. Yeah, it's like shit gotta go backwards. Now these niggas gotta make up a fucking fake image.
Yo, bro, it's an addiction, bro. I had a friend that won the lotto back in 2003. He won 47 million. He was fucking flipping burgers, behind on rent all the time, average nigga shit. He won 47 million. He came home with like 27 million. As soon as he got that 27 million, he thought he was a gangster. All of a sudden, he was running around getting people beat up, getting arrested, total shit out of his character. You know what
That's great.
And I'm just saying, it's like it's not just with the rappers. It's like some type of black addiction for somebody who doesn't have something but gets something. All of a sudden, they want to have some type of presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it's social media, all the influence. It is crazy. But this shit done got a hold of a lot of people.
He blew the 27 million in 4 years trying to be a gangster, trying to do this, do that. Fucking he last time I see him at 7-Eleven in Teaneck, he pulled up in a fucking like a 1990 something Ford Explorer. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even look at him. I just turned the other way, like, you dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasted all that shit. You're $27 fucking million, bro. You was getting $800,000 a year off of free interest. You know what I'm saying? And you just fucking wanted to be gangstified. Now you got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some people just don't know how
why? Because the urban exists. A lot of times we still stuck in the world that we knew, but we in the era now of of cameras everywhere. The urban criminal is obsolete. The projects that we used to hang in the hoods, all that stuff is knocked down and gentrified. The world we knew is over. They created a whole new world in front of our face. So now you're starting to see the kids change to this world. So when we look at all the shit that's going on, it's weird to us, but it's normal to them. So we try to explain shit to them. They like, man, you don't know what you talking about. You crazy. We like, no. But the way they locking you up is still the same. So they changing the world, but you still committing old world crimes and going to jail. We trying to warn you niggas.
Yeah, but I mean, right now, you know, we're older. We think from home cooking. They think from microwaving. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're analog, they're digital. Fucking, they're speeding so fast. You know what I'm saying? Life goes so fast now.
Well, if that's the case, then we're doomed.
They don't process the same.
That's the case, then we're
That's facts. I kind of always said that it's like all this shit fall on deaf ears, because it's like the people who want to kill and die don't care about the advice of people who want to live.
Well, we
gotta stop making it cool to act like we're gangsters when we're.
But the police, the police is still knocking niggas up the same way they did back then. So I'm just trying to tell you, like, listen, the world changed. They put cameras everywhere. See, the way they locking you up in '92, they locking you up in 2022. So I'm trying to tell you, listen, you still shooting motherfuckers inside stores and malls and bowling alleys. But the difference between my area and this area is they got social media with internet gangster rats. Civilians telling which they should because they civilians, and then the cameras everywhere. So no, that style of violence is obsolete. Ain't no more room for that. They got you, and you're not getting away.
Right, we have not criminally evolved, bro. So we're doing things like the brother said in the analog text and not a digital text. And we should be doing high technical crime. You know, like hacking millions and billions of dollars rather than running the street like fools. Doing the same shit that they done had us doing for the last 70 years.
Yeah. Like, hey, look, Demolition Man was the proof of it. When Simon Phoenix came out, when he finally came back out of that rough stations, he was still committing crimes from 60 years ago. They was like, yo, this ain't the world you come from, nigga. They had everything on camera. He was still doing that. That's how this generation is now. That those old school crimes don't fit. Because you
need old school leadership to change it.
well, now when you got internet gangsters is coming now. See, just think about it, right? But it's like, okay, my bad, bro. Check this out real quick. I feel what you're saying, homie, but it's like that cliche thing. Every time somebody say we need the old school people to change it, what the young niggas say? Oh, ain't nobody listening to them old ass niggas. Fuck them. They got to get out the way.
That's where we come into play. How you think Big Daddy Kane thought about Kumo D? It's the same shit.
Right. That's where our culture comes into play.
But
one thing we gotta stop doing is separating and start connecting. Without the advice of those that have come before you,
and then you know
where the hell you're going, or preventive measures to be proactive in your future movements. So what we saying is this: all of us on here that's 45 and older, bro, that's talking to y'all, nigga, we hit the lottery, bro. This what I tell the kids in my mentoring group. Man, we hit the lottery. I made it to be past 50 years old, bro. Living the life that I lived in a time when I lived where we don't supposed to survive it. So we need to start sharing that experience as a guideline of how to value life. The only reason we kill each other because we have no value to the life that we live. As soon as we put a mark on that and a consequence on tampering with that, whether you white, black, blue, red, brown, anything, nigga, unapologetically black 365, and you'll stop the bullshit to stay alive. That's what
and this generation got so many more opportunities to make money than we had 30 years ago, man. God, you could just get online and make a video, monetize it, and make money. Like, man, there's so many ways of making money today, man. God damn. But in their defense, they don't know because they don't come from our time, so they can't compare the two like we can. But I'm just telling you,
we didn't raise them.
Yeah, and we didn't raise them.
We didn't raise them either,
yeah, and I'm gonna say this to the young people before I jump off, because I gotta jump back off, finish teaching this class. I'm gonna say this to the young people, man. Just listen. Just listen, please. If I reach 2 people today, of the 2,600 people in here, the urban criminal is obsolete. It's a new world we living in. The world that I come from, y'all wasn't born in that time, so y'all can't comprehend what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, as a big homie, I came from that world and I'm watching this. They got everything. You're not getting away with nothing. So you're going to have to find a new way to make money or do something different. You can't use old school shit for this new school technology. It don't go together, man. That's all I'm saying to y'all. And I'm saying it as a homie that come from where y'all come from. I might be a little rough around the edges, but I love y'all, man. And I want y'all to
They not focusing on that.
Yeah, they commit bedrock crimes and jets in space.
Right. That's
They
all we
not
saying,
focusing
man.
on that.
Yeah, Drake is signed to Rap
You
a
gotta-
Lot Management, right? He's signed to Rap a Lot
You got to
Management.
think though, they're not focusing on that, man. You got to remember what's really going on. You got to see what's really going on. What's really happening to our children is, okay, go back to the coming out of the 90s onto 2000s, and you get all of that you get all those pill poppers and the drug users. So these the children of all that. These kids, they mind frame already is at a low frequency. They're not thinking. Add to the fact that they don't have morals and values. Add to the fact that the music has turned all the way demonized. And this is what you get, because you also take out you take the praying out the schools, and you take structure out of the streets, and you get lawless and moralist, and what you got was popping. And so it's cool for everything that's going, because you got to remember, with the Vine is what made everybody want to see murder. Everybody want to see, what's going on right now. We got the camera is everywhere, but it's the fact that after the Vine, it's all got to be seen. It's gonna be seen, and that's the way of the youngsters. But we look at the youngsters and say, hey, they fucking up, they doing this. The youngsters, yeah, they shooting up and they at each other's neck, but the snitches and the cooperators, they the OGs. The killers that's coming home, they working with the police. If you go back to that Tupac shit, it showed you that the daddy right, he was over the sheriff department that was connected to the gangs. You feel me? So it's the same way in every city. The sheriffs, each department, they connected to the gangs that run the city, that run the different sets that run shit. They put the drugs back on the street. They it's a perpetuating cycle. And it's like, if the world and us as a people keep neglecting the fact that this industry is a fucking wicked industry that is all about seeing us die and seeing us, we're gonna make you think y'all get rich, and it's all about the money, but you gotta, your soul, you lose your soul. You lose your
Black people
personality.
took enough L's this week, man. Straight up. That's all I got.
Y'all hit that like, subscribe. Y'all hit that like, subscribe, and share. But hit that like, subscribe, and share.
And then the one thing I hear a lot of people say, I ain't got the answers neither. But a lot of these kids don't even have no parents, bro. So I be hearing people saying it's the parents. Some of these kids grow up without no parents. So so that's a whole nother ball game right there in itself. What they getting through this music.
You're right. They don't have parents. You know who the parents are? The Matrix. This generation was born in the Matrix. So not the street. Yeah. The Matrix. Listen carefully. Well, that's part of the Matrix. Explain the behavior.
Bro, I got you.
Listen carefully to what I'm saying. The reason we can't explain the behavior of our younger generation, that's 25 and younger specifically, is because they were born in an environment of technology that we do not equate with. So when you see a 2-year-old child able to navigate their way through a cell phone,
come on in, bro.
It shows that they have already been born plugged in to something that we don't have control over. So we never been allowed to be parents. We've just been breeders. So when you breed children, you produce them, but you don't have an authority, you don't have a control, and you don't have an influence over
I'm on the internet.
and
On the
that's
internet
what has
show right
happened. We
now.
have exchanged authority and control to the enemy of our own children, and now we can't explain their behavior in their young adulthood stages. So we have this chaos based upon two factors. One, our failure and our negligence of being accountable to our children. Two, we failed in the fight against the enemy that's been working before we got to these generations.
Right, but you got to remember we are victims of the same generation. I mean, we're victims of the same curse because it starts in our generation where hip hop turns into this tool of death. You feel me? So once they turn it into
not a curse,
tool
not a curse. It's a fight, not a curse. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's not a curse.
Well, you got to remember, we fighting a spiritual warfare that's not flesh and blood. It's like you say, it's witchcraft in high places. The TV alone is magic. The
Bible says darkness and high principalities in dark places. So we're talking about the hidden hand. We still talking about people. We ain't got to make them witches and demons. We can just say who they are. They're just people. We can call them, let's use the word devils, because that's Satan's children. So let's use the word devils. They're just people that are in high places that are functioning on a certain principle against our own advancement. And those are the people that we have to also address.
But I'm saying they use, but they have manipulative use the music industry and the music alone to do so, because it's like if you wonder why Dre get 2 million a beat, because he know how to operate that beat into a frequency that it's gonna sell. It's gonna manipulate. It's gonna mesmerize so many brains that you're gonna go platinum. It is gonna go double platinum, and you're gonna see your money back. So when you look at this in every because every artist, every producer, as he gets into his money, they're gonna bring you into the knowing of what you're really doing. And so this whole thing is a subliminal it's a subliminal mind trick with the music. Once the music loops, your mind been took into into being mesmerized and being what's the word I'm looking for, to being
let me ask
trying
this.
To see what word. The simplest thing, what the mind does when you you've been not mesmerized, but you're being brainwashed, or your brain is being hypnotized. So once you're in the hypnosis, once you go into the hypnosis part of it, it's you can't control it. It's like you ever felt yourself singing a song that you didn't like. You knew you didn't like the song, but you sitting there singing the motherfucker. This is what's happening to our children. This is what the music doing. This is, and like you say, now they gotta have an op in every song. They spin in the block 15 times in every song. They pushing these same, they pushing the same vibration
and who
for
get
our
paid off
future
for that?
children.
They
get
paid
off
for that.
Jews. Say it again, Stone.
Let me ask you this, CC.
Little ass.
Hey, King. Yeah, everybody else.
Salute, Stones. What's up, Stone? Salute.
Say this, right? Already, homie. You talking about that music with the vibration? You is right though.
Salute,
but this thing, they only going by what they see. See, it ain't people like us in their face. See, I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel older than us, right? So when you say the little homies tell the big homies get out the way, blase, blase, yes, that does happen, but it happens in a different way because them big homies, they just getting out of jail. They done moved away 10, 15 years and they come back and say, hey, you need to do this. What you mean do this? I ain't seen you in such and such. See what it is, we forgot about them. So how you think they supposed to act? Who you think they supposed to listen to? How they listen to this music? The music raises these kids. This music tell them how to act in the streets. But when I was growing up, people like y'all told me how to act in the streets.
Y'all salute, y'all salute.
That's facts, bro.
Salute to my boy
That's
Stone too, man.
and when I
You gotta
said that, that's why I said it that way. I was being devil's advocate when I said it that way. You know what I'm
we gotta
saying?
tell the truth.
And that's why
We
I was
gotta be
saying, what do we do about it?
okay, this what you do. Go back. Cause it's a little homie like me. I'm 36. Like I tell John King and Cross, I'm the middleman. Yeah, they don't listen to you, but they might listen to me, and they respect the big homies because they hear about y'all. They know why you can't come out at jail on the same thing because you got a guy like me that's telling them something else. So now it's a conflict. It's a conflict. So what you got to do, we got to come back to the field. Like I tell King, Cross, and John, the big homies got to come back to the field. They got to see us because they respect y'all. They just don't know how. And maybe it's my generation fault. You dig what I'm saying?
Right, right. Then you got to be able to, like you say, you got to be able to connect with them and show them a way. You can't just talk to them. You got to be able to show them.
Listen, that's why I do work.
Hey, Stone. Let me share one thing with the brothers before I depart. Stone know that I use an analogy that connects all of us, and the analogy is this: we all should have to become one body, one people, and that means culturally, metaphorically, we all have to become together for one common purpose. The common purpose is just first to be black. That means everything you do, everything you think about, how you function, what you defend, what you project is just blackness. Then we can function as a body. Now we, the elders that are 45, 50 and older, we are the head. Our job is to give insight, direction, instruction. We give understanding to conflict. The 30-year-old, the 40-year-old, and the late 20s, those are the body. That's the heart. They give the energy. They give the power to the body. The youth are the legs and the feet. They take us to the next level. So we have to work as one. Somebody has to be the kidneys. Somebody has to be the lungs. Somebody has to be the heart. Somebody has to be the pancreas. Somebody has to be the liver. And then we can function as a body. You don't tell the liver. The liver ain't got nothing to do with telling the kidneys what to do. The kidneys don't speak the same language as the lungs. The lungs don't speak the same language as the endocrine system. They all are different systems, but functioning for one body. And it keeps you surviving. So until we unify ourselves culturally, generationally, we can't move forward to economic promise, because that's what a lot of this shit is happening over. Money is always involved in the death at the end of the day. And that's whether it's Takeoff or the young boy that just died around the corner from me. The mortician and the state and the government get paid off of all of it. So we have to be conscious and cognizant of what's going on with us and pay attention and become a body. I want to be the head because I survived long enough to make it to the top with experience and wisdom to guide the heart that's pushing the energy behind the legs that's moving the whole body forward. And then we'll be representing hip hop consciousness in a forward motion. And that's what we need to start doing, my brothers. And through that, I can teach my class as well. And I give my love and my blessings to all of the kings and queens of the earth and this universe. We must be unapologetically black first. And I love my people for life. Peace.
Peace to the God.
Also, I'm gonna fall out. Y'all already know, man. Born, no. Right after this, if y'all are not doing nothing, more than welcome to jump on mine. I'm about to get on mine. It's the Plug Podcast by Crossyard. Salute to all the kings on the panel.
Peace, Cross.
I'm
Peace, y'all.
gonna
You
jump
already
off.
know.
I'm gonna try to hurry up. I had to run and go do something for my daughter up at the school, and I'm doing this at the same time. So 9 o'clock, I'll be on. You know what I'm saying. So check me out, the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart, man. We have some great topics.
10 o'clock Eastern.
10 o'clock Eastern time, right? So 9 o'clock my time. So within about 7 more minutes, I'm gonna be going live. And great topics. Everybody builds. Everybody gets the opportunity to speak. And again, I appreciate you, King, and I appreciate everybody on the panel. Salute to the kings and the queens in the chat. And y'all
Hey, Cross, when I'm done with my first class, Cross, I'm a plug in.
All right, that's what's up.
Hey, I would like to speak. I would like to speak now.
Go ahead, brother.
First off, we have to recognize that our society is brainwashed and focused in on violence in the media and movies and television. So for them to see violence is a regular thing. We are desensitized from it. And like a brother said, we're talking in circles, trying to reinvent the wheel. There are already things in place that we could follow to make things better. So my thing is, the brother said something I have to comment on, and it's not an argument, it's just a point of fact. I did almost 26 years for murder.
Gee.
I'm not telling on nobody. I'm home. So everybody who done did time for killing and this, that, and the third isn't home working with the police. And I'm moving from that. When we're talking about Jay Prince and the elder millionaires and he had, I'm gonna say had, because I'm gonna say it as past tense, that he had a grips on Houston, this, that, and the third. If he does not have the grip on it, he can't be blamed for what's going on. Some people don't know how to let go. Some people fake the funk, make it seem like they still who they once were. And then the youth is looking like, man, forget you. You know, they play the role. I'm gonna tell you this and make it seem like you're still there. There's a term called a figurehead, which means you are in the position, you are recognized as being in that position just for the sake of the position, but the power is no longer there.
That's a fact.
So I'm saying this to say, I don't know Jay Prince. I don't deal with him, none of that. I'm just being fair. And I look at it like, I'm not here to try to help any investigations. I'm not doing no research or none of that. I'm just speaking on the facts that things like that that are happening is sad. We shouldn't have rappers going into clubs or social events and having to worry about getting killed. On the flip side, when you are at a level of success, you should be controlling your functions, not going to other people's functions. You know what I'm saying? But
big
nevertheless,
facts.
a lot
That's
of
what I
people
said.
want to still see the streets and all that. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a businessman. I did my time in the streets, did my time in prison, came home and doing my thing as a businessman. And I have things people want. I don't just show up at the clubs. I'm 50 years old. I don't go places that I don't have a reason to be there. You know what I'm saying? If it's about making some money, I'm going to do this. I have my own curfew, meaning if at a certain time, there's no reason for me to be outside unless I have a specific reason, a specific objective. Other than that, I ain't outside. And I live in a beautiful neighborhood. I could walk my dog at 2 a.m. and don't worry about nothing except a deer or a bear. But I'm saying as far as our society goes, we have to acknowledge that we are not the ones that they're listening to. We're not. Now, if we can make some
True. Agree with that.
they can hear our wisdom and follow it, cool. But you know, the younger ones are the ones that's calling the shots, and they're calling it from a state of ignorance. And that's why a lot of the ignorance is being perpetuated, because those at the helm are not properly wise enough to direct. Thank you for letting me talk.
Let me I wanted to say something on that. And it's in a peace to King, peace to everybody on the chat room.
Peace,
I did a show on this yesterday, and I'll be 53 years old this month. And we have watched this play itself out. It's true that at one time we used to have unwritten rules. You knew that when something went down and you were involved in it in one way or another, you don't talk about it. People who say, well, I had this, that I did this in the past. You knew that you didn't talk about that. You knew that there was just certain things you didn't do, certain ways you didn't move. Now we have this culture of you got to check in. When I was coming up, there was no culture of, well, you got to check in. You just knew that when you went into a particular neighborhood or a particular place, that there were certain things you could do and you could not do. but this whole culture of checking in. And then we have to ask ourselves as black men on this panel, and I work with youth myself. I've done work for years with youth through my organization. Where have we also, and I deal with guys in the prison system, gangs, you name it, everything. And I try to counsel them. I work in therapy to get out of prison, to keep themselves from not harming themselves while they're in prison, dealing with some of the stressors that they deal with. But where have things gone wrong to the point of what the brother just said here, where they're not listening to us anymore? Now, I don't want to get up here and say, well, the typical thing that people say that, well, black men are not in the households trying to work with their kids. There are black men who either live in the household or out of the household that are trying to work with their children, but we don't hear that enough. But still, there is a dysfunction here because where did everything change? And you say that the music changed. Yeah, it did change. Remember? The music was metaphorical. It was empowering. Everybody used to say to the East, my brother. Everybody used to wear the
Big
African
facts.
medallions, and then everything changed after that. Once I hate to be a blamer,
absolutely right,
but I'm gonna be a blamer here. I live in the West Coast. It wasn't until we started having this demonic gangster music coming out of the West Coast that changed the narrative of what was coming out of the East Coast. Now, you always had people who rap gangster stuff. You had Schoolie D in Philadelphia. They say he was one of the first, right? You had Ice-T did his thing. Then you had the NWA. But something changed in the narrative of the music. When I lived in Oakland, you had Parrish. Parrish couldn't get on the damn radio and rap anymore. He told us, nobody wants to hear my music. Not the people. It was the radio stations who programmed this shit. Now, we know that there was that white boy who came out, claimed he's a record executive, and he was trying to give this talk about, it's a shame that a white boy has to say what we should already be saying, that he knows that the music that they're putting out does not reflect really who they are. Well, we always knew that, right? Got studio gangsters versus real gangsters. So the record executives in the Jew to be Jew, you know who I'm talking about, the J people, have been making money off of our death and destruction and been producing that music, allowing that music to permeate because they realize we can make a lot of money, and we pushed the rappers who were giving us positive vibrations. They got pushed to the margins and pushed to the side that we no longer listen to or even think about. While we, in our youth, some kind of way, this generation today is being programmed, and they're being programmed in a way to make them be socially, have no empathy and sympathy for other people's lives, because these kids are being programmed to interact with robots for the future. Right. So I'm going to land my plan here. Just keep this in mind. This generation is being programmed to engage with machines and not people. Look around you, gentlemen. When you see youth, they spend most of their time looking at their phones. If you tell them, hey, give me a call, nephew, give you a call, what's calling somebody? I'll text you. See what I'm saying? Everything is texting, everything is apps, everything is TikTok and Wack and all that other nonsense, right? And they don't even talk anymore. That's making them robots and desensitizing them. Now, I may say you can't blame video games and the music because it's other things in society, but you have to admit these mechanisms, whether it be video games, some of the music and the environment, is desensitizing our youth. And I see it every day when I deal with a guy who's 19, 18, looking at a life sentence, and he don't have no social skills. And he's been raised by the streets, mainly gangs, because he was born into it. So I have a daughter, I have kids. It's my responsibility as a man to do the best I can to raise my children to be able to deal with this environment. But you know, the environment is so powerful over what we know is the best, right? The kids know wrong from right. Little Cam, who they're claiming of allegedly did this, that young man knows right from wrong, but he's been programmed. And guess what? As we said yesterday, when I said with Brother George Macomb, don't know youth like that do anything like that in general, I'm saying, without somebody commanding him. He's following in line with someone. And I think that the Prince family, I'm not the Prince family, don't underestimate his power in his hands. You may think that he's on the way back and that he's just a figurehead. Check this out. Tukey Williams, who I saw, even though we thought that he was writing the books for the kids, he had a son that was willing power for him within the prison system in California. And as he began, when they took his life, he did a crip walk. He still had some power behind those bars. So don't underestimate an old school man like a Jay Prince or anybody from being able to still will some power. I land my plane there. I thank you, gentlemen, for patiently listening to me. Thank you.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Go respond. I'll say it later.
Oh, my bad. No, I just wanted to say, well, I don't think nothing really changed. Besides the fact that it's social media. The streets is the streets. The streets been there. Everything that happened there happened in the streets. The streets always been about respect. And the hardest dudes in the streets got robbed, jacked, and killed, which was the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes is playing around in the streets. They was in the 5th Ward in Houston.
Every day, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They was riding around with a gun in the car earlier in the day. It's like when you playing with situations like that, ain't nothing ever changed. The place I'm from, it been 500 to 800 murders every year since the city been there, since before I was born. So it's like when you playing around in certain situations, certain things happen. It's a lot of cash there. They shooting dice. They got on hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. It's a situation that's they don't have no professional police, and I ain't I don't involve myself, and I don't speculate on who did what, but it wasn't no real police or ex-military security and no type there, just them and they homies. It's a bad situation.
Well, let me say this if I could. What's coming out of the streets is that Quavo and Takeoff were there under the invite of the alleged Prince family, that the protection they felt was coming from those that invited them there.
The Prince family that they just saw the dude with killed Duke the jeweler, or allegedly killed Duke the jeweler. The Prince family that the boxer nigga Shakur that they was with was the same nigga sitting there with NBA young boy stolen shit.
It's crazy. And a lot of people feel that there was something that happened already prior to that happening that day in the 5th Ward, because remember, there's footage of Quavo with Migo Bands, who there's rumor that him and Mike Prince got into a little bit of a scuffle, that they were driving through the community. So there's people that's on the ground level saying this didn't happen in no dice game. It happened prior to a dice game.
But that's what I just said.
Ward.
They was riding through the 5th Ward in Houston. What is some $1 million niggas doing riding through the 5th Ward?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be either, yo. I lived in Houston. I know what the 5th Ward look like. Shit,
yeah,
man,
but they trying to connect to the hood, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
They don't connect to the hood.
Hey, they on the level now where they need to do what Wack 100 said. They need to put that shit on the internet and leave that shit alone.
Right. You can't move like that, though.
These niggas need to do that now. They need to make a fake image for the internet and stay the fuck out the streets.
Right. I mean, you got to remember the Migos are at a whole different level. It's just certain things, gentlemen. It's just certain things you can't do. Look.
So
I grew up in the Oakland Bay Area, and there's certain places that even today that I don't want to be in, and I know dudes from those streets, but I don't want to be in them at 53 years old, damn near now. I don't want to be in them.
Well, there was 28, 29. You know
man, if you ain't walking through that shit like Floyd Mayweather, ain't no need to be there.
Not when you got a family
like the motherfucking president,
right?
And then all of these situations, this situation that happened with Takeoff, that situation that we see on these little videos they posting on the internet. All of these situations have happened with famous niggas before. Floyd, we talking about motherfuckers seeing this shit happening. Floyd Mayweather did that shit before, allegedly. Floyd Mayweather watched his friend kill his girl and himself and went to the fucking Lakers game afterwards.
Wow.
And
look, man, it's like this.
50 Cent told the motherfucking world this.
Right. This is how I look at it. If you got a family, like I have family, you have a wife, you have responsibilities as a man, someone that depends on you, then based on that alone, you really got to walk very conservatively going through communities like that, when if something can happen to you, now your family has lost you. They've lost the income. They've lost your support. Now you have another black male growing up without you there. So I'm not going to take a chance as a man 53 who's established myself in life running around in these communities.
Been to Houston and that didn't happen.
Sir,
you know what
sir.
I'm saying?
Well, I haven't been to Houston, but I've been to, look, I was born in
Not
Baltimore.
You, I'm talking about the Migos. How many
Okay.
times have been there and it didn't happen?
Well, from what I understand, there's a Vietnamese jeweler there. They go there quite a bit, and they get their jewelry clean. They get new pieces from him. So he was saying that they frequently come there quite a bit. They frequently, but this is the difference. This was a private party that was mainly managed by the Prince family or one of the Prince brothers, right? And people have already said that they had the weapons. Migo and them came there feeling that they were under the protective watch of that particular group of brothers. And everything went wrong from there. But this is the thing. We all know this. Nothing goes well at 2:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Nothing can go well sometimes. So I know for me, there's no way I could put myself in that situation when I have people that depend on me. Now they're young guys, but you can see in the footage. I got the raw footage. You could tell that Quavo was not comfortable. There was already reports that Takeoff was feeling uncomfortable with some of the seedy characters that they allowed to attend a private party.
I ain't saying that shit should have happened. Period. Though don't get it twisted. A motherfucker should be able to shoot dice without getting killed. Motherfucker should be able to gamble. Hey, white people, you have private poker games and all that shit all the time. They don't shoot and fucking kill each other after the shit.
Then why? Why are we killing our? Wait a minute, brother. I'm gonna challenge you here.
That shit, nobody deserved it. That shit shouldn't have fucking happened. Motherfuckers got problems. That shit bogus. But I'm just saying, shit.
But why? Why can they? Let me say this.
Elements like that.
Why can white people have poker games where they're gambling? We know they're doing all that stuff too. But why is it that we don't hear about Brad Pitt or somebody ended up dead? Why is it that sometimes? I'm just going to say sometimes because I don't want to demonize all black people, my people like this. Why is it that some of us, when we get together and have dice games or card games, someone ends up potentially maybe dead? White people have these kind of gambling little things and you don't hear about somebody being killed. We haven't heard about Tom Cruise being killed at a poker game. What's going on?
Because they got it like that.
I'm just asking the question. That's all.
All right, let me say something real quick. I'm this young lady, Lola Jackson. She said they only brought Shakur there to be a credible witness for the lies they was going to spin because he is a boxer. With all the info you guys have brought to light about them has changed the narrative. Yo, I already said, Shakur Stevenson shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be under their tutelage, their watch, or nothing. He need to get a manager out of Jersey or New York or somebody where he from. Because them niggas just eating off him now. That's why they try to do the same thing to Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather said, "I'm not having it," they try to rob this nigga, extort him. I don't know if y'all remember that when Jay Prince was trying to extort Floyd.
Are you? Wow, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to.
I'm gonna have to research that.
He used to be with Jay Prince too. That's what I'm saying. All this shit crazy as hell.
I'm gonna have to research that. Thank you for telling me that.
Shakur ain't no mob ties. Shakur New Jersey.
Well, I mean, just the fact that it's called mob ties, the government's gonna investigate it.
Hey, I can't front. I'm really on this motherfucker. This shit just intriguing to me. The motherfucking people need to hire some of these bloggers.
You couldn't write a better Hollywood story.
Prince got investigated, right, by the government, right, and he beat them, right.
Academics ass went in. He found that nigga. They killed Takeoff. He found that nigga instantly.
Yeah, he did. He was on point. Because academics are nerd anyway. So the only thing he do is sit around and do videos and study shit.
That shit crazy. Police need to pay. FBI need to pay that nigga $1 billion. Put him on the payroll.
He's smart. He's a nerd. Just like you said, he's smart. He's a nerd.
Yo, but I was saying that I want to share what somebody else said. Hold on 1 second. I want to share what somebody else said. One second. This was somebody said to me real quick. They wanted me to say this. They DM me on Instagram. They was like, by the way,
Red ties.
Wait,
they
but
said,
the other
oh,
crazy
listen,
shit,
listen, yo, listen, one second,
Academics
listen.
got so many fans. He's sitting on the goddamn live telling him, hey, pause it right here. Find me that person. His motherfucking fans clicking back in, finding these niggas' Instagram and shit. There you go right there. Like, what the fuck, man? This shit crazy.
All right, let me read this to you. It was like, he said, another observation is how everyone is saying when the first shot went off, Migo Bass threw a punch immediately after. But if you pay attention to the video closer, you can see his other foot stepping into the frame, and when the shot went off, he turned to run. That's why we saw the foot turn so fast. He wasn't
That's
throwing
why
the
it
punch
was
at
friendly
all.
fire.
He was turning to run to get some space between him and where he thought the shots came from. It wasn't friendly fire though. Nah, that was no friendly fire at all. We can't put. I ain't gonna put that on friendly fire. That was an argument between Jay Prince Jr. and Quavo, and Jay Prince Jr. allegedly gave a nod to say smack that nigga in the back of the head back there. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Takeoff because it seems it was going down. Takeoff was running towards his fight. No, Takeoff and Quavo. Quavo's his uncle. They was raised like brothers, Joe. And the other one, it was all raised like brothers, basically. So
yeah, they all kind of raised in the same house. Peace, y'all.
Also, peace. So
yeah,
he's about to take off on old boy before they gave him the nod, and a young boy allegedly shot him in the back of the head.
Peace, y'all. Can I say I was just in your chat, King, and I was the conversation was real intriguing. I'm in my studio. I'm gonna turn my camera back on so everybody can see. I'm down here. I'm in Atlanta right now. DJ Black Charm, man. I record most of these cats, man. And I tell you one thing about these children: the people who been in prison or went to college and do all those things, had all those experiences that can teach these children. That ain't what they looking for. What I hear every day from these kids, the same conversation. I'm 47. Same conversation we had growing up is they want to get some money. Tell me how to get some money. You know what I'm saying? We about to be put out. My light's about to be off. You know what I'm saying? Now these are smart kids that are saying that. You know what I'm saying? And it don't take but one person to get them a solution of money. Once that person, whoever get them a solution of the money, could be their little homie, could be their big homie, could be their peer. You know what I'm saying? But once they get that solution of money, that's the direction they start going in. We as parents, you know what I'm saying, want to tell our children to go in a certain direction, and we tell them that we went through the bullshit just so they wouldn't have to. And speaking on the Migos, if any of y'all ever been to Atlanta, they from Gwinnett. If you know about Gwinnett,
I used to live in Atlanta.
Right. So you know up there in Sugarloaf, Pleasant Hill, and all that stuff, those people are well off. Majority of those that's a black neighborhood too. And majority of those black people they got money up there. So when those kids got on, most of us in Atlanta was telling those kids not to come down to Atlanta because they can stand a potential chance of what happened in Houston. So most times you in Atlanta, you wouldn't see those kids hanging in the Bluff. You wouldn't see those kids hanging on Old National. You wouldn't see those kids hanging on Keller Road because the same potential chance what just happened in Houston could happen, you know. So when you out of our protection as older people who see y'all moving around and be like, "Well, y'all get off and over here," and that's the Migos. Like somebody say, "Dang, they killed some millionaires, people who could potentially help the infrastructure of Houston."
Yeah.
But us in Atlanta, we know that kind of stuff, so we tell them to stay away or figure out a way to protect them. Or you know, we see the goons hanging around to keep them from acting stupid, so we can keep the stars hanging around. Like Puffy come to Atlanta, Puffy he don't hang on Memorial Drive. He up in Cheshire Bridge. He up in Buckhead. You know what I'm saying? He up there
I'm gonna
with
tell you
a
something.
whole lot of protection.
I used to run security for Club Dreams ATLs.
I remember Dreams.
In Decatur. I used to run security for them. And that's where all the
Mhm.
celebrities came. We had like 9,800 people in there. And that big ass club had like 9,800 people. Talking about VIP, we had Snoop Dogg coming to perform. Rick Ross, when he was starting to blow up, he was coming in to perform. You know what I'm saying? I was around there with Big Meech and all them was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So I remember all that. So it was violent. It was fights and shit like that.
Right,
but
right.
You was protected.
Yeah. We used to call them the barroom brawls. And most of us as kids, if you between, I say the age of 40 and 60, y'all remember the barroom brawl. You go to the club every weekend just to brawl it out. And when you turn 30, 35, some of those folk you was brawling with at 20 and 25, y'all became cool, ended up getting jobs together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was a regular barroom brawl. Some week our neighborhood got with it, and some week they neighborhood got with. You know what I'm saying? It was a barroom brawl.
I don't know.
Some of that stuff got violent. Somebody said earlier about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, being out at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Most of those barroom brawls when we was young, they happened at 12, 1, 2, then we going home because we knew that people at 3 o'clock they going to their after hour. And when you go to the after hour, it's more than just weed. They doing more than just smoking weed and drinking liquor. You know what I'm saying? They doing some more stuff at that after hour. You know. And so for them children to be way in Houston, hanging at an after hour, the same rule. Like see from my day, you had people like Ice Cube and Scarface who older than I am used to, and Rakim, especially Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Used to say it all the time. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know what I'm saying? Every hood is the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, the have-nots are the same everywhere. They have not, you know. And when you go in a place around people that have not, come on, man, you know the routine. I don't care how much stain you got in the street. Everybody know the routine, even the nigga with the stain in the street. Future manager had the most stain in the streets of Atlanta. Man, they caught him coming off the highway.
Yep, that's a fact.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when these folk out here, when they get hungry and you playing around in these streets, you know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen. The thing is, the people that they following. I heard cats on here earlier talking about they prison stay and stuff like that. I got a few brothers that did time in prison, and this is what I tell my brothers that come out the same womb. The reason why y'all sons come over here to holler at Uncle Black is because Uncle Black didn't make that hiccup. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like, even though I make mistakes in my life, I never made the mistakes my brothers had. And so they look at me as somebody who slipped through the cracks. And I tell them, I ain't slipped through the crack, nigga. I made mistakes, and a lot of the stuff I did was wrong. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be better than me. And if y'all gonna be better than me, damn sure don't be better than me by trying to be like y'all, the wrong that y'all daddy was doing.
Yeah.
You know? And so you got P, who had, like Shawty Low say, he had 15 summers of no fumbles. You got Puffy, who never had a fumble. You got Jay-Z, who ain't never had a fumble. You got Dr. Dre, who ain't never had a fumble. So everybody you can think of that's putting these children out ain't never fumbled. So these kids are following them, saying that shit, if 50 Cent can do it, he got shot 9 times, nigga, why can't I? And that ain't the right thing that ain't the right model to follow, you know?
At all. And then I remember, I think we was in the development room, and I was the bodyguard.
But the only thing that's the difference,
hold up, bro.
Them niggas got shot before they was rappers. 50 in Game, them got shot before they was rappers. These niggas get rich, become rappers, and then go to the hood and get killed.
You don't see 50 in the hood.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I was talking about. They come from a place that they are the children. A lot of these folk, when you look at King, when you look at Tootie, when you look at Migos, these folk come from parents who had bit the bullet for them to have a better life. The thing is, like, and I don't want and Tiny, my sister, I love that girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm real cool with her. You know. But she is from Old National, and T.I. is from Bankhead. So they children
T.I. ain't from Bankhead, bro. T.I. from Riverdale.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Center Hill right there in the middle of Bankhead. That's where he grew up at every weekend. We seen him. We played basketball with him, football with him. We knew he had to go back to Mableton to his house. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by grew up and all his family there, everybody there. So when you think about King going to the same family that T.I. grew up with and the same family that Tiny grew up with. So by default, y'all know what I'm saying, man. Y'all got y'all bad little cousin. Y'all don't want them little children saying stuff to y'all children, but they love their cousin, so they gonna want to be like they, you know what I'm saying? Especially, and then guess what? Watch this, King. Especially if you come from New Jersey, if you come from Newark, if you've been in, you know what I'm saying? If you know all this stuff, if you rode the Lincoln Tunnel to the Bronx and stuff, they want to do it too. It sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if you remember, but I was bodyguard for Shorty Low, and that's what T.I. had.
Yeah.
Alpha Mega, his bodyguard, and we was in. This is the Velvet Room. We had that big ass brawl at. Was it the?
Oh
Velvet
yeah, I
Room?
remember that, bro.
And yo, me, and the reason that beef got squashed because me and Alpha Mega, we sat down at a Waffle House.
Moot B popped that shit off.
Yeah,
I remember that. I was there.
Yeah, me and Alpha Mega, we sat down together at the Waffle House. He's like, "Yo, bro, we too big to be fighting like this, bro. That shit hurt." He's like, "We gonna squash this shit." You know what I'm saying? And we squashed that shit. Alpha Mega, I know he's a foreman now, but he had good character at that time. So
and see, right, like even with that right there, we're talking about Alpha Mega, him being from Techwood. Everybody from Techwood know Big Said. You know what I'm saying? And the situation with him being a rat, you know, like T.I. knew it before he signed him. That it was a whole street thing of goddamn, you know these niggas. And if you don't tell these niggas because you're a designated, if you don't tell her who these people is on their picture because you're a felon and you in their picture, you going back to. Yeah, he had his, you know, see, they had him on the picture dead to the right. T.I. knew that shit. T.I. knew that shit.
But T.I. informed too though. He took a stand in Cincinnati, Ohio. So you know what I'm saying?
Again, for Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see that's the thing when we talking to these children about snitching and ratting and stuff like that, right? And I think that's a catch-22 right there with Phil dying and T.I. taking that stand. Because Phil dying, they wasn't in no criminal, they wasn't doing criminal activities at that moment. You know what I'm saying? They was being businessmen. They was out on the road handling it. Well, you know what? I wasn't there, so I can't say what the hell they was doing and why that shit popped off like that. For some niggas to ride down on the highway on you like that, that's more than just rapping on somebody's stage, bro. There's more than you saying something on the microphone. It got to be from my life experience, it has to be more than that. You know what I'm saying? You coming to somebody's city, you not checking in, and they gonna ride down on you on the highway.
Nah, it's more than that. It's some shit that happened in the club. Probably.
Like what happened to Tupac in Milwaukee, but they took that shit further.
Oh,
well, damn, some shit they rode on Tupac like, yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. So when we talking to these kids though, man, we got to be like real careful on telling them how they helping the community and how they hurting the community as far as dealing with the authorities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're a regular citizen, you're not in that street life or that game culture, then you shouldn't be writing. You shouldn't be writing on nobody about no murder charges, no drug dealer charges, none of that. Because in the street culture, that's death. Usually, that was death when I was growing up.
It's still death. It's still death. But the thing about it is, as a hustler, you know you can't sell no dope in front of that lame nigga house, man. He gonna call the police, and when he call the police, you and him gonna have some problems every day. You fucking with his children or his wife or whatever, but y'all got a problem. Cause this nigga gonna call the police, and you want to sell your dope on that street. You know, it's still the same. We have, you know, I don't know when I say King, when I start having this philosophy of not to tell them not to sell dope, just don't sell dope in front of the old lady. You know what I'm saying? That was my solution. Just don't sell dope in front of the old lady. You know she gonna tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, don't sell dope in front of the old man and old lady house to keep their shit clean. And you sitting out there throwing cigarette butts and blunts guts in front of their house, hustling.
Right.
Nah. Yeah,
right.
But like I said, you're right.
And so if they don't tell the police you selling dope, they damn sure gonna say you standing in front of their house littering. Laundering and littering. They damn sure gonna. Man, it's a cool show, man. A dope conversation, man. So I mean, I think as adults, man, we just have to find ways to be a better influence than money. You know what I'm saying? Money is that ultimate influence. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't have none, folk, you know, even I don't just say children, grown folk will turn a deaf ear to you. When you ain't got no money, when you ain't got no way for them to get right, they'll turn the deaf ear to you because they trying to figure out a way to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah. You're right about that. You're right. Definitely. You got a point. Definitely got a point.
And so, I mean, you know, like with the music, I think with as far as deaf culture in the music, we can say we can blame the executives, but the executives sign everything. You know, they sign anywhere from gospel music to country music. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They just want the money. You know, the people that's playing it though, to get these executives to want it, those are the people to blame. The radio station, the clubs. You know what I'm saying? The people who got these putting out these mixtapes. Those are the people to blame. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
Doggo Roach, you got anything to say, man?
No, I was about to say I got to run. I got a meeting to go to.
All right, bro.
I'm free. So you need me for anything? Just call me. You want me to come by tomorrow? I'm here. I'm on.
All right, no doubt.
I appreciate it, boy. And like I said, I'm opening up a studio. I'm opening up a studio for podcasting and recording about a month and a half from now. You know, I'm gonna do a grand opening. Y'all could come through.
All right, bet.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna talk to you all later. I'm gonna try to drop through tomorrow.
I know you do that, Goggle.
All right, I appreciate it. Peace, everyone.
Peace to you, brother. Brother King, I'm about to drop off too as well, brother. Thank you for letting me come up and share my thoughts. Everybody up here is a king. Peace.
That's facts. That's big facts.
Well, shout out Gangu. You already know.
Yo, everybody, I'm about to end this. We all going to Cross Your Heart right now. Cross Your Heart podcast.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's
Lord,
get there, y'all.
Cross his channel.
Hey, man, appreciate you for letting me up.
No doubt, bro. Salute, man. Yo, y'all hit my DM on my Instagram, at the D. What's my name? Pardon self. Hold up. From Atlanta. DJ Black Charm.
DJ Black.
Yeah, hit my Instagram, yo.
Okay, I did. Is King of New Jersey on Instagram too?
Yeah, hold up. DJ Black Charm on Instagram, right?
Yes, DJ Black Charm on Instagram. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see real quick.
Yeah, you see me on. I just had if y'all Sammy Sound, the hit man who made do the step dad. I had him in the studio with me last night. I have a lot of different people in the studio with me, man. Yeah.
All right. This is social. All right, I got you. DJ Black Charm, right?
Yeah.
I follow you now, bro. I just started following you.
All right, peace. I'm about to follow you back on. And then what's the name of the station you say go to?
Cross Your Heart.
Cross Your Heart. Okay, I'm about to go over there right now, man. Appreciate everybody following me on the gram. Appreciate you, King, for letting me up again, bro.
No doubt.
All right, bro. Follow me
Johnny,
back.
Yo, Johnny,
right, I'm about to follow y'all back.
All right. Peace.
Everybody, we out of here. Peace. I respect everybody for coming in. I gotta do my outro with my boy real quick. Hold up. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. The Prince of New Jersey, BTB TV. My brother Christon. Let's get to it, Christon. All right, here we go. Right here. There we go, y'all.
Show them how we do this, man. BTB.
We bully the bullies.
No
Getty Radio, salute, brother.
Yeah. BTB.
No doubt information, man.
One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow ninjas.
Yo, Getty, I use some of your content too, bro.
Right. Yo, John Gotti flow, rap Pablo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching like, yo, I gotta post. I wake up everyday mission, it's $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rot stink like hollow toast. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I can't everything they Said I couldn't have, got that and then some, and then some. My ones on overload, say you overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope. The okie doke, we don't go for that. Harsh road, another tip from the street.
Yo, I DM you, bro. I DM you.
Projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the
Yo, we about to be in there.
The play to them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie curtain closed. Nowadays your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stick. We can't miss, we can hit the target with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the foe. Who want to play to them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting till they like movie curtain closed. Yeah, BTV. It's the movement, man. Yo, Born. Yo, Born, let's get it.
Pull up. We bully the bullies, nigga. Yo, peace for everybody coming through. It's the King of New Jersey. It's the BTB TV. We bully the bullies. And yo, we ain't the butter and the crip. We doing our own thing. BTB thingy. BTB TV on started his own gangs like nigga what? We here, yo. Peace.
I already know. Peace.
Yo, we on our